Finally. Okay, I can see an image now. And we're showing everything. Jeez, man. That was absolutely ridiculous. Okay, well, I think now we can actually play the game. What's up, AT? Yeah, that was really stupid. The YouTube's was being a major pain. There we go. YouTube chat's also connected on this end. Yo, it's Zermer. What's going on? Cool. I'm going to close out of that. And now we can actually play the game. My gosh, man. That was dumb. All right, we're picking up our last of 4 missions in Stanton that we're taking into Pyro, running the Dead Saints Interstellar. And this is some money, dude. What do we got here? We got these cryopods. There's people in them. Like people that are in stasis? It's creepy, dude. I almost feel like I just gotta be more careful with these ones, because, yeah, I'm dealing with humans. Is this human trafficking? Is that... Shit, YouTube and Twitch are about to get real mad. It's a game, it's fictional. These are not real people. We're transporting these people from one place to another. That's all this is. That dude owes me money, shake his ass around, yeah. Yeah, the Caterpillar is pretty well stacked with 4 missions worth of Dead Saints. And this is still the rookie level. And once we get on the ship, I'll show you guys the current promised payout. It's pretty nutty. Makes me wonder what it'll be like once you rank up. Or if Dead Saints has a higher rank. Kind of like Ling Family and Redwind. Funny enough, there's also planetary Redwind missions here in Stanton. That is new to me. I don't know that I've seen that before. Alright, let's those prisoners with jobs. Alright, let's set these guys down here. Can I move them back further? Is that griddable space? No? That is. Alright, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. We're gonna treat them like they're the Beatles. I just finished reading Project Hail Mary for like the 4th time, so that's what's fresh in my mind. Since I got 4 of them. It's just kind of funny. Can you stack them on top of each other? Ah, you can. That's cool. So these are basically 2 SCU-sized boxes. Makes me feel a certain kind of weird, honestly. 4 cryopods. Alright, now let's see. They all look the same? Or do we have like different... Well, we got different faces. Cringy, dude. That's weird. But yeah, here's the rest of our cargo. Lots of dirty goods. Kind of reflected by the boxes. This one's real full. And then Bay 4's got some cargo as well. Still want to know how my badge ended up in my ammo. Yeah, that's interesting, man. It was something you might have just absentmindedly did, you know? You just kind of threw it around when you weren't really thinking about it. We've all been there. At least you found it, though. Alright. So we got to set course for the Pyro Gateway, because basically what I did is I grabbed 4 missions, in part because that's perfect. I have 4 bays, so easy organization. But also to make sure that I wasn't going to overstack or kind of go into weird places. I think one of the last missions for Dead Saints in Stanton was actually a delivery in Stanton from Rio's Breaker Yard to, I think, New Babbage. And everything else is going to Pyro, so I wanted to keep it simple and consolidated. Once we get out of here, I'll put it in cruise control and then show you guys what we're doing. So, cruise control engaging. Pumping up. It's about 650 meters a second, which is more than enough.
It's important to remember that Hurston Dynamics isn't simply known for its industrial dominance.
Here comes their pitch.
They donate generously to a variety of worker charities.
They wanted to let us know that they donate to charities. Oh shit, forgot to close that. So that door is probably going to get broken by me using the ship door close thing, so I'll have to fix that when the time comes. What's up, Alex? Inner Hype? Consolidated Outlands like... Wait, what? What about Consolidated Outlands? I might have missed what I just said, sorry. What's up, Lucky? We're doing good. We are actually taking on these missions here. I'll show you the 4 that we have. So, this is a good amount of money. You know, 2, 4, 6, 7, probably 800,000-900,000 AUEC here between these 4. But we're going to several places all over Pyro, so we'll see how long this takes. But they were, you know, right here in the Interstellar Unverified. Yeah, this last one I think is the one that's staying here. Yeah, New Babbage, Reclamation and Orinth, last landings to New Babbage. So, you know, we could have done that, but I'd rather just take the ones that are going to Pyro. Good payout. And these are all at the rookie level. So, this will definitely jump us on the Dead Saint side into junior rank. And we'll see if there's anything higher than that. Oh, yeah, I also wanted to show... Yeah, he said something about keeping it consolidated. Oh, yeah, keeping the cargo consolidated. Yeah, Consolidated Outland should have a cargo ship that makes it really easy to organize things. It'd be like a pun within the design of the ship. But let's see. Here we go. Planetary. This is what was surprising. There are planetary Redwind missions. From like Greycat and Stanton to Everest Harbor. I didn't know that these were a thing. But I think they're new because they're only at the rookie level. And I'm well into junior. Like, only the missions in Pyro are reflecting that I can actually get higher ranking missions. But the missions here in Stanton, I'm guessing they're new, as in they came in with the change to interstellar hauling, so they haven't received their upgraded mission ranks yet. Otherwise, we should very well have junior Redwind missions here, but they're all rookie. So that's my guess. Seems to make sense. But we'll see. Alright, we should be well out of atmosphere by now. Oh yeah, we're 42 kilometers up. Let's set course for Pyro Gateway. Stanton system, there it is. Alright, we're gonna cancel cruise control. I tend to forget I'm in cruise control and then bad things happen. So, we're gonna try to avoid that. I've also got a proper build on the cat with this PTO. I stopped by New Babbage, my Costco, and got some good weapon spread. So we're actually running a good symmetrical build here. We got 4 Panther repeaters on the pilot guns, and then each of the manned turrets are size 4 deadbolt ballistic cannons. So we got a mix of repeaters and heavy-hitting ballistic cannons with massive penetration. So the idea being that if we happen to be in combat and you've got some people with you, the Caterpillar is kind of scary. It also gives me a lot more capacitor strength to my pilot guns, and then the man turrets individually have their ballistic ammo. At size 4 and up, it's actually pretty decent. I'll have to do some combat tests, get some people together for seeing what the cat can do, fully crewed. So yeah, I guess we'll see. It's interesting. It says we're doing 565 meters per second right now. Usually it says 0. But we'll see what Dead Saints has to offer outside of the rookie level, because it's already kind of insane. We'll have finished this drop-off making about 1 million or so credits. In fact, I could go ahead and add that up. Let's see. Pull out my trusty calculator. Pull up our missions. Here we go. $48 plus 258 plus 202 and 222. So yeah, 830K. Not bad. How long it'll take? We'll see. Took about probably 25 minutes to collect the other bits of cargo, on top of however long this recording is, will give us an idea. No, minus the 20 minutes of getting YouTube figured out in the beginning. That was ridiculous.
Fuel is at 75%.
Should have plenty of fuel, no issue there.
Drive is now off.
Navigating to the actual wormhole has gotten to be a bit annoying. Alright, dude. There it is. My gosh. In the sense that it's got all of its physicalized components, that's a big no, unfortunately. The CAD is one of the older designs. The only physical component that stands out, or that you can actually see or interact with, would be the one of its two power plants that is kind of just sitting out in the open. But the rest of the components are all not physicalized. So on your diagnostic screen, if you have something that you need to actually fix, it's going to be here with the repair button. We actually have a contact out here. Hostile Gladius. And it is full beaming my direction right now. Alright, we're going to go shields up and see what happens. There he is. Alright, he might just be trying to run out. Okay, he's still going. Not my direction. Heading to the jump. And now he's gone. Okay. This is just out of sensor range. Let's go ahead and put some power to weapons here. Just in case. Not looking to engage anybody, but you never know. You never know. We got our helmet on. We don't really need full power to life support. So we can put that power into weapons and engines. 225 rounds per gun. Yeah. Alright. Got some pirates on you, maybe. Bandolero, how's it going? He might just be trying to get through the gateway, but we will go into pyro at that point. I'm going to get in here close and see what happens. If he's sitting still, I can do some hard damage very quickly with the 4 Panthers I have. But the second he gets moving, it's game over. I got no hostiles on radar, so we will just go ahead and proceed. I'm like super curious now. I love the swelling up of the music though. Calibrating. Cracking her open. Always love this part. In we go. Given the potential for hostiles, once we pop out of this wormhole, we're just going to full burn up to about 500 meters a second. Only few ships can actually hit that speed under SCM, and then once their capacitors run out, that's all they can handle. They got to recharge, so that's a pretty safe speed, safe minimal speed to evade attack. Get up to at least 500 meters a second. In any direction, doesn't matter. As long as it's not into an asteroid or something. That's part of my evasion tactics. Anytime you're coming out anywhere that could be potentially hazardous, like orbital maneuver points around Crusader, normal pirate areas, wormholes, never sit. The second you're free, full boost, hard forward until 500 meters a second at least. The only reason you would pop out of nav mode is if you have to pop flares if they send a bunch of missiles your way before you can get away from them. Feel free to go faster than 500. 500 is just the lower threshold that I aim for. Leave bombs in the wormhole like mines. Yeah, there's eventually going to be a mine ship I can't remember what it's called, but the whole point of it's going to be to actually leave different kinds of mines. Homing mines, which basically just sound like missiles, and stationary mines. Okay, here we go. Second we pop free, the system's going to recalibrate, and we are just going to boost as hard as we can, which, holy shit, we're moving fast. We never dropped speed. We're just maintaining 900 meters a second. Oh, what direction are we going now? Hold up. That's crazy. I've never managed to carry my momentum out of a wormhole like that. I countered the slowdown. Oh, that is wicked. Okay, hang on. We're just going to make sure that we're clear of any debris in the time it takes us to hop anywhere, actually. Let's just hop to dead space. It doesn't matter where we go, really. The only danger with what just happened is a chance you'll get thrown out at 900 meters a second right into some debris. As you can see, there's plenty of it. I'm going to have to do some tests to see if that's something you can actually do with skill to, like, time your escape from the wormhole and maintain velocity.
Drive is now off.
That is an incredible evasive tactic, unless that was a fluke. That could have just been a fluke. Even though I'm in dead space, I'm going to practice what I preach here and just get up to a good 500 meters a second. Gladius was maybe a scout. The pirates waiting on the other side for you. Yeah, and if they were, they had no chance of catching Sierra. We were out of there, dude. That was awesome. The Nautilus. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, the Nautilus. It's going to be the mine vessel. That'd be kind of cool to incorporate. All right. Now that we're here, this is the thing with Pyro. We got to plan how we're going to drop shit off, right? So, we'll take some, you know what I might do? My tactic for the planetary missions, I'm going to grab some photos of the missions. That way I've got them easily, something I can reference on my phone versus going back and forth on the Mobiglass, which is really frustrating. So we're going to get each mission. Okay. So now I can use my phone as my reference point. We got to go to Pyro 2, Sunset Mesa. We got to go to Pyro 4, which 2 is closer than 4 right now. Pyro 4 and 5 have some stuff. Endgame, Dudley Daughters, and Pyro 6. So those are all on the other side of the system. Dudley and Endgame are, well, no, Endgame's kind of in the southeastern quadrant, I guess, if you want to call it, depending on the plane you're looking at. So let me zoom out enough without going too far. So Megumi's up here. This should be Rat's Nest, or no, Rod's. Rat's Nest is a little bit further in here somewhere. Or no, it's not. Rat's Nest is here. I always forget that. All right, Rat's Nest is here. This is Dudley. Endgame's out here. Okay, so I guess after Pyro 4, we could go to Endgame. I'm trying to plan this out. Pyro 4, Pyro 6, Pyro 4, Pyro 6. All right, so Fallow Fields is getting a lot in last landings. So Pyro 4, Pyro 6, Pyro 6, Pyro 2. Okay, I think we have our plan here. So we'll hit Monox and then Endgame. And then Dudley. Or, sorry. No. Pyro 2, Endgame. Then Pyro 5 and 4. Then Dudley, and then Terminus. It's kind of the path we'll take to drop all this crap off. So, yeah, let's go ahead and set course for... Probably should have aimed for Patch City before anything else. That way I could plan while in Quantum. It's a bit more efficient. Quantum route planning for the win, guys. Because these distances in Pyro are pretty crazy. So, no, that's Patch City. That's not where we're going. Is that what I clicked on? Hold up. I did actually click on Patch City. Let's click on Monox, which should be Pyro 2. Yep. Alright, and then we'll set our actual mission navigation for the drop-off, because it's only the one thing. If I got a mole and want a solo mine, is that practical, or should I just stick to a crossbow? I want to bust rocks, but I keep running into impossible rocks in my golem. Yeah, the golem has some struggle with its bespoke arm and the fact that it adds resistance instead of reducing resistance. So, the prospector's incredible. But to answer your question, yeah, you can practically solo a mole. The only part that might get a little tedious at first is learning how to position yourself above the rock where you'll be in range when you hop into the turret. But what's nice is you can have like a Helix 2 on your main turret, your forward turret, and then maybe a Klein or a Hofstede on port or starboard. So you've got options that you can hop into if like the Helix is too powerful for a cluster you're breaking and it's just really hard to maintain. Well, you can jump into your Hofstede that has like a Focus 3 module on it with a nice big green window and crack a smaller chunk of a bigger rock you've already done your first break on. So I personally love using the mole to mine. Probably Wednesday or Friday I might do a live stream just out soloing a mole, especially now that we have engineering to see like maybe if a rock goes a little bit too energetic and causes damage to the mole and you have to actually get out and fix it and shit. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, you can totally be practical soloing a mole. I don't imagine that soloing a mole with engineering is going to be all that much harder. If anything, it'll probably make it more exciting. But yeah, it really comes down to how you kit out your laser heads as well. I would probably run a Helix 3 with a Ryger 3 and a Surge module. And then I would probably run a Hofstede with either double Focus 3s or a Focus 3 and a C3. And then a Klein. And on the Klein, I usually run C3s. But yeah, there's a lot of great options. The like my mole, I typically run forward Helix 2, port Klein, or sorry, port Hofstede 2, starboard Klein 2. So Helix, Hofstede, Klein. That's the combo that I like. Plus you can get like Saber modules and Optimax and some other stuff to kind of help you out. Golem, honestly, it's a fantastic little ship, but it's hard mode, man. It is hard mode. Takes experience for that. Have the MFD as the laser distance calculator. Each MFD on either side will give you the optimal for lasers to use. So we all know that 6 was afraid of 7s. So I was 10 scared. I don't know, what's up? I gotta start watching you and you never disappoint your advice. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I will always aim to give that energy back. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Oh, God, he's in the middle of 9/11. I can't. It's so bad. Oh, but that was good. I like it. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think. I know we do a lot of space trucking. What's up, Response Limited? But it'd probably be good to get into some mining, right? Some salvage, some mining, some other industrial play. I'm really curious to see how these Dead Saints missions go. I mean, or like when we're done with these Dead Saints runs, I could go grab the mole and we could go bust some rocks in Levski. Let me know what you guys think. I am always down. Mining was my first love in this game. I still love it greatly. I just, I've had so much fun with the hauling and so much demand to see so many different things. I am also working on a hauler's handbook, which is going to be a slightly different style video for me that I am going to, in hopefully 10 minutes or less, break down from waking up for your first time in the verse to experienced hauler, what to look for and what to do, what ships to look at, rentals, pirate avoidance, mission types, tractor beams and rifles, components, repairing your ship, how to stack, missions to go for, to avoid. So that's something I'm kind of working on in the background. It'll probably be a lot of like me showing of footage in game that I get, but I'll be kind of narrating what's happening instead of like what you're probably normally used to seeing from me, just because I want to keep it together and keep it a short and to the point video. All right, let's track the mission that we're on that needs to go here to Monarchs. I think it's his first one, actually. That's cryopods. We're dropping off our peoples. Cool. It's right over here to Sunset Mesa. Yep. All right. I'm actually kind of glad we're getting rid of the humans on board first. When I said I was excited for passenger transport, this is not what I had in mind. Just saying. Yeah. Ugh. Cool, something to drink here. I remember somebody had told me when you're working for Dead Saints, you're dealing in the movement of bodies. I think they had said dead bodies, though, so I was thinking, like, funeral stuff. Cryopods, though, I guess they could be dead and, like, you're shipping payment of, like, bounties completed. Or they're people that have paid to be frozen and moved for whatever reason. And, yeah, Sunset Mesa, Golden Riviera, Bueno Ravine, Sakharin's Plot, Chala's Beach, these are all dangerous places in Pyro. So always head on a swivel. We have the benefit that we are in the PTU, which ever so slightly nerfs the possibility of coming across murder hobos.
Contact.
Oh boy, but we do have a hostile target down here. Alright, we're going to go shields up.
Shield system online.
There's 350 people out. There's 8 people in the server. I don't know what ship that is because I am not getting any data on it. But we are full power to shields. I am going to hold back real quick. I'm realizing I have lost my heads-up display on my MFD casting. So let's hop up, make sure, yep, our helmet is on. Ah, the mission info says they pay to get frozen and smuggled out. You know, I probably should look at that, huh? Oh, well, interesting. There's a cave marked. I've never seen that before. It actually just says cave with like a little arrow on it. Cool. Okay, we have good capacitor readout. We're going to scout what's ahead of us. And yeah, I guess it pays to actually read mission descriptions, doesn't it? Which, we're about 10 clicks away, so we can take a peek at that real quick. We're looking for someone discreet to move a new batch of altrucitoxin. Nope, that's not the one we're on. Got an interesting one. Some folks who were suckered into life labor contracts with Hurston Dynamics. Wow, so basically slavery. Want to get as far from Lorville as they possibly can. They struck a deal with a people mover and got themselves put on ice. Now they just need someone to pick them up and give them a ride. If you're up for some popsicle smuggling, you'll find total cryopods at TISA that need to be put to or taken to sunset. Hurston Dynamics isn't too keen on anyone slipping out of their contract, so watch your back. They shoot to kill. Wow, that's kind of dope, actually. We're kind of underground railroading these people out of Hurston Dynamics. That's dark. Eastbound and down, load them up and hauling. Hope we don't wrap them to the sun. We've got a long ship to use and a lot of fuel to get there. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. What a good play on the words. Giving these guys a new lease on life. Hell yeah. So that ship, whatever it is kind of far from where we need to be. Because I think we just have to drop off down here. But I feel vulnerable, so we're going to investigate. Okay, whoever it is, they're close enough to shoot at now. But I don't have an idea what the ship is. It's a Vanguard. Oh, that might be a bounty ship. Alright, hang on.
Friendly fire. Shield system is hit.
Got no indicator on my shield health, which isn't great. Okay. That ship is rocking some ballistics. I want to see if I can get some height. And I really need to be able to see my damn shield, so we're also going to try to take care of that real quick. Okay, shields are coming back. They're at full power. My visual of shields are not doing what they're supposed to, so that's not great. But we can at least see a virtual shield readout here at 100%, so we're good. This is definitely an NPC ship. I can tell by how it's flying and the fact that it's kind of staying where it is. I just don't need it shooting at me while I'm dropping cargo, so we're going to try to take care of them. Now, I wonder... Nah, it'd take too long to get down to my turret. I gotta do this. I gotta do this with my Panthers. Not quite close enough now. Let's see. He's moving weird.
Shield system is hit.
Well, at least it's kind of cool to have a reason to repair our ship. Come on. I hate that I have no way of seeing how much damage I'm doing to this guy. I should have alt F forward. It's typically a way around that. Forward shields are getting close to 50%. He's also using ballistics though, so some of this is getting through. I've got no readout on anything to do with his ship. Yeah, I heard actual hits though, based on the tone. Alright, we're gonna shift.
Shield system is hit.
When I go to these places, the red NPC ships usually leave me alone if I don't shoot at them. Yeah, I just don't have that kind of luck. I've been randomly targeted by these sorts of ships while I'm out down there doing my thing, and I tend to just go ahead and eliminate the threat. Alright, shields are good. I've got no readout on my hull. He's got to be close to death, though. I mean, I have been laying into him. That hurt him. Oh, come on. This is where fighting in a caterpillar is kind of tough, because, you know, you're big and slow, and sometimes the NPC will wake up and move in weird ways, and, oh, we got another player out here that's helping us. Alright. I don't know what that player's in. I can't tell. Alright, I really don't like that I can't see any information on my ship. This isn't good. So, if they're going to go in and deal with him, I'm going to get far enough away that I can Alt F4 and get my damn screen to show me what it's supposed to. Because we definitely have a visual bug right now that is not good. I don't like that there's an active player out here too. That's not ideal. Not to say that they're hostile. There are plenty of players in Pyro that don't want to be bothered just like the rest, but I am going to get some distance and get myself situated real quick. Okay, I see my weapon count now. Maybe that was up there the whole time, though. It's not a bug. It's Drake. Nah, I wish. No, I had all my readouts just fine for the majority of my time playing before I got on stream. That's what it is. I went live. Of course. So I'll still be visible even from where I'm at. Ah, the ballistics busted my front door open. I hate that. That's so stupid. Okay. It'd be nice if, I always get this bug in live. Shame it's still in the patch. Yeah. It'd be nice if repairing the ship would actually fix that door. That's usually not the case. Okay, I would like to maybe do a quick partial jump. Super fast. Not far enough, because we got to come back and drop this crap off. Okay, that should put us just outside Monarchs. Yep, even that little blip was pretty good. Alright, so let's pop out of this. Doors can be fixed now. Okay, we'll see as soon as we hop back in. I'm just going to do an Alt F4 reset. Launching game. It'd be really cool if the door can actually be fixed to functioning again. Because I know we've all hated that you'll even go to a station and repair your ship 100%, but you can't move your cargo doors until you store the ship and bring it back up. So, yeah, that is exciting to hear. Yeah, I will go away. I don't know who you are. Freaking spammers calling me. Yeah, we've got a little bit of RMC on us, so we will hop out and repair anything we can. Persistence should allow us to jump right back in. 4.5, Dawn of Engineering. Sounds pretty epic. Yeah, thanks for that info, Inner Hype. That's really exciting. I'm super stoked. That's going to be a quality of life improvement that we've wanted for so long. Nothing more annoying than being in your ship, getting a little bit of a tussle with somebody with some ballistics and having your what feels like your ass just wide open until you go store your ship. You feel so exposed. Not to mention the ease with which like players could infiltrate you at that point. It's like, all right, no thank you. Okay, let's go try this. Nope, nope. Well, I guess we have to anyway, so because there's no way. Sorry guys, we'll get back to dropping you off here momentarily. I got a ship to fix. Oh, yeah, that's right. Can't go out this way. Let's go ahead and just open the door. Helmet's on. Oh, cool. I noticed our MFD on the top left now is actually showing us how the door's opening. Awesome. Alright, so we don't have a canister for... Oh, hold up. You need a canister. There we go. Awesome. So we don't have a canister for our rifles, so we're going to have to use our handheld. Okay, we're going to check everything. So, yeah. This was hurting. Oh, it still does the really annoying tick sound. Wait, is the ship moving? Oh, no. See, what we're not going to do is that. Yeah, the ship is moving. No, sir, we're not having any runaway Maggies. Gives you back the hauling contract in progress after you leave, or just the Alt F4? So, that's just if you Alt F4, Hazard Shield. It's what I call a soul rip or a shard rip. It allows the game to kind of resynchronize with you and get some things working again. But it puts you right back in the same place, missions and all. So it's like crash persistence. It's basically you're simulating a crash to desktop, which allows you to keep everything. Where you're at, missions you have, all of it. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, we were still decoupled. Okay. Glad we weren't going any faster, otherwise we would have not been able to catch the ship. So, yeah, that was almost bad. Alright, it's hard to tell when you're in the dead of space if you're moving, but we should be fine. And I'm going to go ahead and kill the engines just so that we definitely don't move. The pirate cat after unlocking it. That is a good question. Shoot, let me check my hangar real quick for you. Because I have had the pirate cat since just about when I started the game. Because I fell in love with it. And I just needed it in my life. So wait one, my friends, while I find that answer for you real quick. My hangar. Ships. Okay, where she be? There's my railing. Drake Caterpillar Pirate Edition. Oh, damn it. I clicked on it and it went away. You bastard. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me scroll through all of this? What the hell, dude? All types, pledge date. No, I don't care about meltable. Just give me the ships. All ships. Okay, there we go. There's the Ironclad, Golem. Drake Caterpillar Pirate Edition. It says my melt value is $295. So just under $300 back when I got it in December. Oh, Christmas Eve 2020. It says it right here. December 24th, 2020. So here in another 9 days, it'll be the 5-year anniversary that I've had the Caterpillar Pirate. Oh, that's cool. Damn. So I've been playing for a little while before I got the Cat Pirate. Because I started playing early 2020, like late 2019. That's cool. Alright, back to fixing the Caterpillar Pirate. That's what we're here for. This the open door? Yeah. Alright. And That is good. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? It auto-closed it once I started fixing it. Oh, dude, that's huge. Doors really are fixed now. Man, crazy. Man, just give me the pirate skin for the regular one. Yeah, right, I know. Yeah, the cat is one of my few larger pledges. I like that you can just right-click instead of having to hold it down. That's nice. Dude, I am so stoked. Of all the things that have come with engineering, this is probably what I'm the most excited about. That you can actually fix doors and they close again. Like, that is the coolest... That's the coolest thing to come with 4.5, hands down. It might be funny to hear that, but I think most of you probably agree that your doors will work again after you repair them. It's so hilarious to say it, but it's so important. It's so important. Alright, let's get the rest of the hull fixed. Repairs not needed. Okay, so that's where it can get a little weird sometimes. There we go. The door does take repairs. We're also not losing any RMC. Which, you know, kind of like the cruise smoothie trick. It's cool and all, but it does sort of, you know, break the immersion a little bit. We're not actually using material, but we're fixing the ship. So, it's alright. But I hope that gets updated. Okay, repairs not needed. Okay, that's getting repaired. Sweet, so you can hit all of your doors. Okay, no, that says that's fine. That's fine. It's the middle that's... Oh, it sounds like it's taking repairs. It says not needed, but... Let's see if it ticks up to 97. Alright, no, it still isn't, so I'm not going to waste too much time on that. This says 90. This is the top of our hull plating. Okay, it says repairs not needed, so I'm not going to think too hard about it. What about this side? Okay, this door is repairing. Alright, all the doors. Good, good, good. Definitely want all of our doors nice and healthy. Can you now... Or can you break in the doors with multi-tool? That's a good question. If we come across some derelict ships, we'll have to try that out. If you can fix it, can you also break it? Kind of like the engineering tool in Battlefield. That's pretty cool. And the repair rate's not bad. I think they got a pretty good speed now. Because some of the stuff, man, it was taking a while. It was like 5 seconds per percent, which was... That's a lot. That's a lot of time. I get it. It's challenging to kind of find that balance between fun and simulation, but I think they're getting there on things like repair rate and all. See, that takes a little longer, but it also wasn't really all that damaged. How are our weapons looking? Tractor beam's fine. How about our weapons here? 100%, 100%. What? That's got to be a glitch. Part integrity 0. No way. Engines 99. Okay, you can repair these. Good. We'll actually look inside too and see if the power plant took any damage. Because the little ship was using ballistics, but we should have some pretty thick armor on the Caterpillar. Should, you know, should. Oh, this engine took a bit of a beating. There we go. Okay, slower tick rate on this one, but I don't think we're getting a clean hit the whole time. There we go. Is it not? Alright, so this one's taking a minute. That's a slower tick rate. That's not ideal. This is about the speed I was talking about. So not all the parts are the same speed. And I'm okay with some bigger, more important parts taking a little bit longer to repair. I still think this is too slow. But it also might be because we're using the multi-tool and not the SRT rifle. I need to get some canisters for that. This engine took a bit of a beating. We do want to get that leveled up. I wonder if moving might make it faster. Nah, it doesn't seem to. It's just a slow tick rate. Looks like we're not getting cargo back on the mission yet. It seems like NPCs just blow up. Oh, damn. Yeah, I don't No, because bounties are getting redone in a pretty big way on the back end, so we're probably not going to see really great bounty missions for a little while. Let's see if maybe going in and out helps. No, not really, but we're almost there. I look forward to bounties actually having loot that's worth getting. Especially, like, I think that something that's going to probably be really valuable is being able to go into ships, into, like, their storage, and finding, like, a bunch of RMC canisters that you can refill your cambio rifles and shit with. I think that'll be huge. Like, things that are actually useful, like the med gels and everything. Alright. So, that's all pretty good. I think she's sitting pretty, guys. What do you think? I think we're alright. She's tough, man. There wasn't really a whole lot that was actually damaged after that fight. The doors should all be squared away now. Oh, wait, hang on. There was... The hull is still reflecting. Hey, let's see if it just takes a really long time. Because we're getting the impact sound like it's repairing, so... We'll see. We're going to give it like a good 30 seconds to see if it ticks up to 97. I know it says repair is not needed, but I don't really trust any of that feedback yet. Yeah, wow. Okay, so it is repairing. It just takes a long-ass time. Yo, we're at 97%. I'm not going to sweat it. So that's like the main big hull. I'm really curious if the rifle will repair that faster. Let's do this right, though. Let's make sure we don't break this door by actually hitting close from here. All said, though, I am so stoked that the doors are working when you repair them. Inner Hype, thank you for pointing that out. Because I don't know if I was... I mean, I was planning to try to fix it, but it was a lot more motivating to hear that, for sure. Alright, let's get back down there and see about turning this in. Maybe that player will have moved on. If not, we're just going to have to risk it for the biscuit. See what happens. I was cheering out loud. I bet. Yeah, I would have been too. The thing is, like... I can give lots of tips on how easy it is to evade players, even in a big ship when you're in space. But man, when you're at the mercy of atmosphere, that's tough. That's a little scarier. Because you have to get usually to at least 9-10 kilometers up before you can try to quantum anywhere. And you're going to be taking a beating the whole time you're trying to break atmosphere. That's a little scary. You guys will notice that I'm still forward and boosting even though I'm about to quantum. I got up to over 500 meters a second. Gotta practice what you preach. Gotta keep moving. Never let yourself be an easy target. There's some phrases that I say that'll probably end up just sticking in y'all's heads because I always say them over and over again. Don't make yourself an easy target. The drops that are at, like, Dudley and Endgame, those are a bit easier, because you just got to get in station and hop into the hangar. Dudley and Endgame are also both stations that don't have external cargo. So you really don't have any choice but to go inside. Alright.
Contact.
Hey! There's that Vanguard. I think this time around, we might take Caboose's advice, or whoever it was in the chat that said... that they usually don't get attacked. We might just go ahead and say screw it and do that. Oh, they're like right over top of the damn facility. We'll see if we can avoid getting attacked. I mean, we got our information back at least, which is nice. I am going to go ahead and go shields up. All power to shields and engines. We also have all power to weapons. We are in full combat mode. Power stations have external elevators in 4.4. Yeah, they do. It just, they're limited. So, for the stations that do have doors, you're looking at Ruin, Checkmate, Obituary, Megumi, and Gaslight. Oh, my gosh. What the hell? What did I just get hit by? Dude, I'm so confused right now. My engine's gone. We took some damage and then it stopped. Is somebody down there with a frickin' railgun? Shit, man. Got hit by the spirit of Christmas. I know, right? Seems like it. There's a Van Duel ship chilling down here.
Docking initiated.
Oh, damn it.
Docking denied. Landing gear down.
Now we're gonna have even less thrust trying to get out of here. Alright, I need that looks like a scythe. There's a ship over there fighting the NPC. That was the weirdest thing. I had no feedback as to what damaged us. Whatever it was, it hit us hard though. There's a nomad here. No telling how long they've been here. Alright, there are turrets firing, which gives us a little bit of protection. There's really no hiding a freaking caterpillar. Definitely some battle going on. Alright, everything coming out here is in Bay 1. So I'm going to position Bay 1 a little farther forward. As close to this as we can get, really. That's about it right there. Alright, quick. We're also suffering from some frame rate hits here. Okay, it's back. We're good. We're going to listen for impacts taking to the ship's hull. We're going to open one door to... Oh my god, you son of a... Alright. That's the door that I forgot that I busted. Okay. I think port side should be working, though. Yeah, port side's working. I should have fixed starboard while we were out there. Really dumb of me. Oh, you... Yeah, seriously, allow us to interact with the damn ladders by pushing F. That'd be nice. Yeah, if I get scanned, they're going to see a whole lot of drugs on my ship. There is absolutely incentive to come for my ass. Okay, it's fine. About 20 meters is good. Let's also get ourselves to full health just in case we have to deal with anybody hitting us. Oh, are you in here with me? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you, Interhype. Good shit. Those were NPCs, yeah? I think I saw you engaging whatever targets were over the hill there. Hornet was a player. Ha! Good stuff. Yeah, I see you over top. Beautiful flyby. Wait, what's hitting you? Alright, hang on. Let me do this quickly so I can get out of here. I'm not going to linger. Oh my gosh, they're blocked because of that. Okay. There's nothing. They're not. I got some shenanigans because of the cryopod location. Throwing these bodies around a little bit. They're just going to have to deal... Oh, wait a minute. Forgot the elevator's actually up. This is perfect. So, those... Shit, where did the others go? There's one. The fourth one go? Like, launched. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, there it is. In the ground. Wow, Chris Roberts, you suck. That's just gone. Okay. Well, we got hit with shenanigans. One of the pods phased through the floor. So that person is not going to make it out of this. Frickin' bummer. Well, that's fine. It is what it is. We got 3 out of 4. That's 75% completion, so we should get at least a partial payout for that. I still would love to know what took out our starboard engine. That is wild. All right. Time to get out of here.
Launch complete. Shield system offline.
All ahead full. Gear up. Thank you again for that support, man.
Landing gear up.
Now, I think once a part is completely destroyed, you can't essentially rebuild it from scratch. I think you pretty much have to go to a station. Are we friends in the PTU, man? I would not mind partying up. And as far as I know, when you're at stations like or places like that, they don't have repair or refuel capability. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't repair or refuel or anything at the ground areas in Pyro. We're starting to pick up some speed now, getting to the upper atmosphere. What I may do is a partial jump and then see what happens if I do try to fix her. Pretty sure you can't. And the next place I actually wanted to go, I think, was Endgame, actually. So, that's perfect. I'm going to do a partial just to check missions and make sure there's nothing else. I'm fairly certain that was the only thing going to Pyro 2. Yeah, that was good. Alright, let me go ahead and submit that. That's, not ideal. You know, we're not going to make as much. Got a little bit of money for it. That should have given us a little bit of rep. At least you don't lose rep anymore. Wow, a lot of rep. Holy cow, that almost carried us the rest of the way through Rookie. The other 3 went in again, too. Hang on, I want to see. Is your in-game name Big Ship Interhype? I think I disabled that Hornet, and he crashed to the ground. Hell yeah! It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when Drake and Misk team up. Okay, let me do this. There we go. I got you right here. Friend request. And if you want, feel free to deny if you're busy or whatever, but I'll shoot out a party invite too. I don't mind. And It is awesome to have a little cover in Pyro. Alright, Pyro 4, 5A, 4, 5A. Okay, cool, cool. Endgame and Dudley. Perfect, perfect. And then it is 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6. Okay, cool, yeah. So endgame it is. That's where we're going to complete this one. There we go. And actually, yeah, before we punch it, I'm going to go ahead and see what happens if we try to repair that engine. We'll do a little science. Why are we still drifting at 2 meters a second? There we go. Now we finally stopped. Totally stopped. Engine's off.
Engines offline.
How's this social? Let me see, actually. Do we have a limit to who we can... Yeah, it looks like farthest you can go down is the L's. Yeah, no worries, Interhype. Again, big thanks. Always down to team up in the PT or live as well. So thank you, my friend. We're gonna carry on here with our 3 engines. Like we all love to say, she's a Drake ship, should be alright. Who needs 4 engines? Let's check it out, though. Let's see. Let's also... Oh, son of a... Alright, I gotta reset this door. So, if you have a broken door, the only way I figured out to reset it is a little bit of a task. You have to hit all the doors. But basically, use the ship's command to open all, and then reset each door manually, and then you'll have function back. It is one of the little quirks with the Caterpillar that I finally figured out. Because right now, that little door icon is something you can't interact with. I was really happy to find out you can restore it. You can fix it. You just have to manually hit all of the doors now that you've opened them. So this is still broken, right? Still, now it says close. Because what happens is it was basically stuck in a closed state while closed, so the open icon didn't refresh. Now it actually will. You can also see that with how it is outside, because it's actually, it says close here now instead of open. But these, if you look at them, will still say open, and you have to reset them to closed. Ah, see that? So, that is how you fix your cat. And in fact, you don't have to hit all of these if they're in their open state, because when you close, they'll still be in their open state. It sounds so confusing when I explain it, but basically, since this is in its closed state, if you close the door from the ship's console or from the close all button, then it still says close when it's up, so you get no readout. It needs to say open. So, we've got that fixed. Now that it says open, when we do close all, it'll actually work properly, because it won't have this weird reset. Alright, let's go ahead and hit that. These are fine because they're actually in their open state, no problem. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to mess with that engine. Let's see if anything happens when we try to fix it. I don't think so. It's got its funny little like red outlines, like there would be parts for an engine here. Yeah, I don't think you can fix a thing that doesn't exist. Which I'm kind of glad. It'd be kind of weird if you were essentially 3D printing an engine and it completely fixed itself. I don't know. To me, that'd be a little game breaking, a little immersion breaking. Alright, let's get back in here and carry on. We'll fix the ship when we actually have to land at a station, which we will. Actually, endgame, where we're going right now. That'll be where we repair it, so we're good. It's great that ships have the little quirks. I agree. Actually, yeah, I like that. They have their little personality, their little things about them that aren't exactly copy and paste from every other ship experience. It's a good time. The ships can get quirky at night, hell yeah. Alright, closing all, let's go ahead and punch it. Oh,
Engines online.
kind of need our engines to do that. Now, oh, that was cool! So, we had engaged Quantum, but the ship was like, bro, my engines are off. But the second I turned engines on, it automatically jumped. I kind of want to do that again. Let's see. So,
Engines
engines are off, but we're calibrating. Start quantum. Got the chime. Okay, now I'm just going to go engines on with I.
Engines online.
Hey! That's cool. Some of you guys might have already knew that. I didn't. That was awesome. So it was like, it was primed to go, but the engines weren't on. So all I did was turn the engines on, and she just took off. Like, I didn't have to hit quantum again. That's awesome. I didn't know that. We learned something new today. Maldubious, what's up, man? How you doing? The funny little things you learn. You can preload a quantum. Yeah, I guess technically, if your engines are off, you can preload your quantum and then turn the engines on and they come to life. I don't know exactly that there would be a practical use for that, but it is kind of cool that it, like, basically the ship's computer acknowledges that it's trying to go into quantum, but it can't because it's got no power to the engines. Also, yeah, we were supposed to go check out the power plant. I tried the cat during IAE, just couldn't get over the door quirks, but loved the segmented cargo when making multi-mission runs. Yeah, I feel like the cat is something that she's just kind of like a glass of wine in a way, you know, an acquired taste. I've always loved the ship, quirks included, because I don't know, I just love the ship. I've always vibed well with it. And especially now that I know how to fix the doors when they get a little weird. Hold up. Did I forget where the freaking... Oh, that's right. It's on the second deck. Or, well, technically, we're on second deck, because main deck is up here. And this should be where one of our power plants is chilling, right around the corner. Right through the door. There it is. Okay. This is the only physical thing that I've seen, and it says it's completely good. So this, I know this is the Juno Starwork Durango power plant. And there's two on the ship, but this is the only one that is, like, visible. I guess maybe they just needed the space. But yeah, this is what a size 3 power plant looks like on this thing. And it does look like you'd be able to interact with it to fix it, but this, again, this is only one of two. And I've not seen anywhere else where there would be ship's components. Like, there are these drawers that likely would house your components, but yeah, we'll need probably a Caterpillar Mark II. If I had to guess, that's what it's going to be. Which is kind of sad, because that won't be my pirate Caterpillar. It'll be a different Caterpillar. Or, it'll just be my Ironclad. Honestly, the Ironclad is going to be my updated cat. And I'm okay with that. Alright, so yeah, here we go. We're back. So this is the main way to the power plant. This is the way down to second deck and to the hangar area. This is your tractor station, which is pretty cool. It's an awesome spot to be watching things from starboard side, which is an angle of the ship you don't normally see. If I'm on my buddy Ruck's Caterpillar, this is usually my station. This is where I'll sit as we're flying, just so I have a good view of what's around us as well. Or I'll be in a turret, of course. Exposed wires, the Drake way. Batteries, interesting, okay. And yeah, component housing. So here's an example. This would be a component. That looks like that's the same shape as like what would be a shield. Although it looks kind of small for a size 3 shield. There's one on each side. Doesn't say what component it would be. What do you guys think, though? I'd expect a Mark II version, kind of like the Hornet Mark IIs or the Aurora Mark II.
Is now off.
I don't know if they'll do that, or if they'll actually gold standard the OG Caterpillar somehow. Because I feel like in a lot of ways, it's going to take a bit of a redesign. I'm also daily driving a Prowl utility, so it should be used to some level of quirk or niche. Yeah, there you go. From the few people that I've heard that fly the Prowl utility, they've enjoyed it. Could just update over time like the Freelancer. Yeah, I wonder. Maybe that's the case. I just don't know if it's too big a change that might require a Mark II variant. That seems to be the way this ship team thinks. I think they do plan to the best of their ability, gold pass a lot of the ships, but some of them are just getting a new variant or an updated variant. Alright, once we're about 10 clicks in, we can grab landing, and usually at places like this, players are rarely ever here. I think the only players you're going to see at these areas are going to be haulers. There's really no incentive for other players to be here. This one is really kind of hiding in the shadows. That's why I like to use my radar as much as possible, my ping, to see what's in front of me. Pyrotechnic amalgamated. It's cool to see that. Right, we're coming down right on top of it. 100 meters a second, a little fast. Let's bring that down a bit. Alright, this is where all the organics are going, which is great. That's all in Bay 3. A little bit in Bay 4. There's a couple in Bay 4, because we were pretty much full in Bay 3. Go. With your donation last week, I picked up a Zeus CL to try as a daily small cargo runs. The Prowler doesn't have the cargo space I want, but looks cool in my opinion. Yeah. I had the Zeus for a little bit too. It's a cool ship. I look forward to the way the Connies will change based on the way the newer RSI ships are, like the Zeus, the Meteor, the Salvation. Nope, that's not what I want. I want this. Alright. Repair and refuel. Let's see what happens to that engine. It'll probably come back, and then I think I still need to fix it. Because I think basically what they do is they give you a rough part. Like, yeah, it's all beat up, and then I have to do the rest of the repairs, if I'm not mistaken. Which I'm okay with. I think that's kind of cool. They're like, alright, we'll give you the new engine piece, but it's up to you to make sure it's working properly. We dropped off our peoples. One of them, unfortunately, was lost to Chris Roberts. He took a sacrifice. Oh, wait a minute. I'll stay up here and open port door. And since we're already up here, might as well open this port door. Alright, and we will go ahead and grab these. Shove them into the hangar. The elevator. Wait, it just says organics. I'm like curious, like what does it mean by organics? Given that people eat alaprat and other random things in Pyro, it's probably not anything good. Okay, that's everything in this bay. I don't think I can even properly access this bay unless I throw stuff out from here. Which, yeah, that works. Then that will grid below, and I can push that out. This one here, push it out. I can push that out. Now I'm actually in the bay, which is perfect. Except I threw stuff a little too far. Let's try not to miss anything. Rule 1, don't ask what you're hauling, right? Yeah, especially if you're working for the Dead Saints. That's probably just a good rule. Push that out. That box is freaking out. Don't like that. I definitely prefer loading and offloading through my starboard doors, but sometimes port side's just easier. Just because of the way the elevators are positioned for your cargo and where the cat's doors are situated when you park. Just gotta do your best to work with what you got. Go. Use the grid so it snaps so it's easy to move. Question, why doesn't the cryopod mission fail if not everyone was transported? If a Delta Airline pilot only delivered some of the passengers, he'd be fired or put in prison. See, I'd imagine your point would warrant that scrutiny if they were, like, typical passengers, but I guess maybe it's kind of in the waiver, like, I don't know, actually. It's a good question. What does everybody else think? So they're treating it like a normal cargo mission where you're paid and credited based on the percentage of completion, so you're not getting full credit. But yeah, I personally would put a heavier weight on the transportation of people. Regardless of whether or not they're frozen or signed waivers or whatever. But maybe it's just kind of how the Dead Saints roll. That could probably use a little love, if you know what I mean. Maybe you take a hit to your rep, or the pay is reduced heavily. Well, he'd be in prison if he was caught with the body, so he's dealing with criminals. Yeah, see, there's the other part of the equation. Yo, Buckruns, what's up? Yeah, it's been pretty good. We only had one mission so far where... Whoa. Oh, that's right. Only half here. The rest are going to Dudley. I almost over-delivered. Okay. So it shouldn't matter which 8. Whoops. I got ahead of myself. Way too many boxes. But we're doing good. Only bad luck we really had was somehow randomly losing an engine, which wasn't too bad. And one of our missions not completing because one of the bodies in the cryopods glitched into the floor and became unrecoverable, which sucked. Alright. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So that should be... Jeez. Boxes are getting frisky over there. It's just organics. It'd be fine. It'd be alright. To the dead saints, that crypto or cryo pod is just a box with a number and credit amount. I have to remember who we're dealing with. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. There we go. Green across the board. That's what we like. We'll reload this stuff into the cat. Just a bit of a speed unload, really. Come on. As long as you don't drop it in the cat and it grids, you can pick it back up, which is nice. It's another little quirk of the caterpillar that can be a little frustrating. Here we go. Wonder if I can actually slip this in and then raise it up enough. Right on. That's what I wanted. And move it over. Nope. More. And then do the same to this one. Bingo. I think with all of the bugs, no one is losing rep or not being able to submit what they have. So there has been a change that was brought to my attention thanks to SC haulers. That rep loss isn't a thing now with the partial submits. So abandoning has never hit your rep in hauling. At least not since 4.0. Not since I've really been into this space as much as I have. Abandoning's always been a safe way to back out of missions that are bugged. But... submitting did have a rip loss part of the equation. As of 4.1, though, that was changed. So now it's just a percentage of pay reduction, essentially, with no fear of rep loss. Probably because of how buggy some of the hauling's been. The devs are like, yeah, it's not really fair to punish these guys because, you know, our missions are breaking. So good on them for that. All right, we'll just put this one here. I'm going to close both of these individually. In one of the older CIG videos, I think an old sitcom, they talked about cargo being sensitive to how you handle it. I think that'll come about. I do, actually. I think at some point, cargo state and mission time are both going to become a thing. You can't just take forever. You might have like penalties to your pay or rep gain by, you know, turning a mission in late. I mean, even at the base of some of the missions, it says that stuff not turned in on time needs to be returned to the original distributor. Otherwise, it'd be marked as stolen cargo, and you could get in trouble. So I do think at some point a lot of that stuff will come in. I don't know when. As of right now, time doesn't really seem to be a factor, nor does the state of the cargo, damaging it, throwing it around. But I think it'd be cool to add those parameters, because it'll matter how good you are. Maybe even not like a penalty. I think it would be really cool if there's like a rep system within it of like your rep as a hauler, not just your rep with a company, but your rep as a hauler, to say that like with Dead Saints or Red Wind or whoever it is, the more success you have with them delivering timely or even delivering ahead of schedule, like maybe you get a bonus for delivering it faster than what they expect. I think about American Truck Simulator, honestly, and how you can get rep or pay bonuses based on the state of the cargo, how fast you delivered it, the type of cargo. If it's volatile, I mean, I feel like you should get paid a good bonus for delivering frozen people as well. I don't know. I hope that there's like sort of with bounty hunting, you have a bonus to your credits that you'll earn if you have a good rep with Crusader Security, Microtech, all these individual security teams. So on top of the money you make from doing the bounty, you get like a, 5, 10, 15, 20% bonus. I hope that they incorporate all these sorts of things into hauling in some way or fashion. I think that'd be really sick. What do you guys think? I know I just yammered on quite a bit there. Let's head over to Pyro 5 next, because we got to take care of several of these drop-offs over there. Pyro 4 and 5. There we go. My opinion, they should not penalize people but reward those who do good, like 100% pay for delivering. Okay, yeah, so I think Chronicle, you and I are on a similar thought process there, that maybe less of a penalty unless you can't deliver it all on time or something, but more of a boon or a bonus. Time-sensitive thing I would be cool with. It makes sense. Can't pay for overnight shipping and get it in 10 to 14 business days, right? Yeah, exactly. But I almost also think that for certain cargo types or businesses or certain ranks with them, that you get those sorts of bonuses, or maybe like if you have this certain extra rep or bonus rep with a company, that you get access to missions that not everybody gets access to, that you have to turn in quickly, or it's undamaged, I don't know, like with some stipulations. I think that could be fun. Some gameplay loops need to be fleshed out, so to speak. Yeah, totally. Definitely. I like to see rescue missions for these cryopods. Some human traffickers smuggling cartel slaves, and your missions to go rescue those people. Or to return the contracted labor property of like Hurston Dynamics because they're trying to run away, and your mission's to go get them back for Hurston. Yeah. All kinds of opportunities built into this for sure. I think there's a lot of potential to really flesh out hauling and make it more multi-dimensional in that way. So there's like rep within rep. I don't know that I have the bounty rep to show off what I was talking about. Yeah, because I'm just showing like the standard bounties because I haven't done them in Crusader. But once you do, you get like Blackwell Security or these other companies that are a part of it. And then that's when you start seeing like the bonuses because you're getting rep with them with doing the bounty hunter mission. So I really hope there's some kind of a fun way to stack those reps to make hauling more detailed. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. I would love to see some crazy taxi missions, deliver a person as fast as possible. That's something I'm real stoked for. I want to see passenger transport, like in Elite Dangerous. And like maybe as you rank up, you can get higher priority people, like, I don't know, Congress people or business leaders or something, and they expect a certain level of decorum and to be at their destination faster. So many cool possibilities. Why does it keep alt-tabbing me out? What is going on here? What's the malfunction? There we go. Stay in here. Yeah, I would love to do passenger transport. I mean, because I also really would love to get the Genesis Starliner. Always, man, the amount of times I hear about the Genesis Starliner whenever you're like living at Orson, because I marked Orson as my home for a while, and they're always at Crusader Industries talking about the Genesis Starliner. Load a ship of politicians, detour to Pyro. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's great. Let me just alt tab between Meld Studio and the game. There we go. Oh, man. Yep. Picking up what you're putting down. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. Okay, let's make sure we're tracking the mission going here. At least the bulky, best paying out missions we haven't lost. So Pyro 4. I want the one that's going to 5A, it said. Yeah, there it is. So this one we're delivering a lot of Slam, ETAM, and Neon. This is a lot of our dirty goods here. Okay, so Ignis, that's 5A. Got it. All right. That's where we got to go. I'm going to take a peek over here at Planet Adrian real quick. Home of the Astrophage and Talmiba. I know it's not, but it's what it reminds me of. I got bored once, bought the Beluga and Elite Dangerous, and took economy passengers only and let them have luxury rooms. Yeah, dude. I would love it. I actually, just for fun, I picked up a Connie Phoenix again. It was one of the first Connies I ever bought. So there's a little bit of nostalgia there for me. And I would love to use the Connie Phoenix to transport just everyday people around. It's a good time. There's a little bit that, like a year and a half ago or so, I had the idea of just using my Connie to just look at chat and pick up people that needed help and stuff or needed a ride somewhere. And it never really went anywhere. It's like when I'm not doing it, when I'm doing missions or I'm doing something intentionally, I would always have, oh wow, we're still having thrust imbalance. Oh, that's right, because I haven't fixed the engine. We still have a torque imbalance. All right, hold up. There we go. We're gonna fix her. We're gonna fix her. Let's go ahead and set. All right, we're cooling down. All right, we're not moving. Let's go engines off. Don't want to be working on an engine while it's on. That's just not safe. Let's go fix this. Starlancer Max has some nice room, big beds too. Hell yeah! I actually, Inner Hype, I got myself a Starlancer Max in live. Because honestly, man, it's just the amount of times I've heard about the ship and I haven't flown it yet is kind of a travesty at this point. Especially because it's a great hauler, and I do like my mission ships. I got a whole A, I got the whole C. I know we go back and forth, having fun talking shit, Misk the Drake, but I do love it. So I'm excited to actually try the Starlancer out. Finally. God, look how beautiful that looks, man. You got the silhouettes of the moons in the background. These are friggin' galaxies, bro. Like the detail to actually have not just stars, but look at that twin arm spiral galaxy here. We got a bunch of, that's like an elliptical or a quasar or something. This is so friggin' cool. All right, anyway, my bad. Space nerd. Oh yeah, yep. They gave us a part fitting to Drake for sure. Great. So some of you might not know. For a little over a decade, I've also been a mechanic. All right, this engine is still actually showing as on, so it's not listening to me. So I really like this part. I was one of the only mechanics left with a startup EV company called Archimoto from like 2021 to 2023. So I would drive all over San Diego, LA, up to the Bay Area, into Nevada, Arizona, fixing vehicles. And doing this kind of stuff, like being able to fix your ship and work on it, I don't know. It feels special to me. Oh, now we're actually utilizing RMC. Okay, I get it. So part integrity doesn't take RMC, but making it look pretty does. Oh. Well, alrighty then. I see I see how that works now. Now, I don't think I'm going to have anywhere near enough RMC to make this engine look pretty. But it says it's working, though. We already got it up to 100%. So that was kind of fast. At least I'm not actually cutting in and splicing any wires. I was never a real fan of the Mist design, but the past week I picked up the Max and love it. Yeah, I have heard nothing but wonderful things about the Max and the TAC. I think the only negative that I actually have heard is that the TAC can be a bit much for one person to really enjoy the ship's full capabilities, which I get. I mean, that can probably be said about most of the medium to large vessels, not to mention, of course, your capital class size and all. Just realized that I can have a beer. I got no more meetings today. Hey, what's up? Yo, black cherry is actually a great flavor. Yeah, I'm going to end up dumping all my RMC if I try to make this look good. So we're not going to do that. We're going to check and see if we've got the torque imbalance fixed. So, yeah, so this area still shows no part integrity, which I don't think is accurate. So you can essentially make the ship look close to new again if you have enough RMC. But what's kind of nice is it doesn't mean that you can't fix your ship if things are busted. So that's cool. Let's get in here and get moving. And as you can see, just, proof in the pudding, the starboard bay 1 door switch is working again like we thought it would. All right. I have got the larger salvage gun. Yep. I actually have it back in the weapons rack near the elevator, but I don't have any large RMC canisters on me, especially any that are full. So it is all good. That is going to be something you're definitely going to want to keep in mind when you're getting your setup. So on me, I do have fuses. I have a fire extinguisher. I have my multi-tool that does have some RMC. And, you know, sustenance, food and drink, or, well, the smoothies. Ammo, you know. But being able to have basic stuff to fix your ship is definitely part of the equation now when you're thinking about getting out. And, yeah, our torque and balance is gone. And when I apply forward thrust, she's not pitching to, or yawing to starboard. So, hell yeah. I love that you can do a repair and it functionally corrects the issue. Kind of like the doors working, which is still the best damn thing that I've seen in a long time. If you're coming in late and don't know what I'm talking about, if you have a door that's shot open and busted, when you fix it, it actually closes the door and restores function to it. No more having to fly back and send your ship down after you repair it to get your doors to work. It's so cool. Manic Mall, what's up? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Yeah, solid point, Malice. Loot them wherever you can. Even if you guys, like, when 4-5 hits, even if FPS is not your normal thing, I highly recommend that everybody go and pick any Onyx mission. It doesn't matter what ASD Onyx mission it is, or even bunker mission. Go there solely to loot all of the canisters you can, because you should be able to find so many filled small and large canisters, as well as an area to print canisters. So, and you can do that out of like your Vulture and your Fortune and stuff as well. But I plan to definitely hit some facilities to just loot a buttload of them, just to have them on me. And then you can go out anytime you have derelict ships that are out there, and you can fill any canisters you do have on you too. But it'd be a good way to sort of jumpstart the process to head out and load up. Stop making me believe this game is actually getting closer to release. Hey, no complaints there. All I'm doing is having fun with what we have, man. If I really have to say something bad about the Max, it's the Atlas likes to get stuck up in the ship, so you either have to walk in or be very careful with the tractor beam. Okay, that's good to know. And honestly, it's kind of there seems to be two fields of thought here. I'm definitely on the side that doesn't really care too much about the ATLS. It's cool. I don't dislike it. I just never find myself really needing to grab it. I usually take off and go do my thing without even thinking about it. But it's also probably because a lot of what I do doesn't really need it. Being a Caterpillar and Hull C pilot most of the time, the ATLS is not really something that is a friendly combination with this ship, unless you've got a buddy with you, in which it's awesome. Like having two guys on the Cat, having an ATLS, and somebody able to use the ship's tractor beam, that's just fun. What are the plasma batteries used for outside of Onyx missions? That is a good question. I actually don't know. Maybe somebody in chat can help us out with that, because that is not something I have any clue on, unfortunately. Alright, let's make sure we're coming down as close to this as we can. There we go. Not too rough. Perfect. Alright, and yeah, so this should all be in one of the bays. I've kept it mission-specific bay to bay. I just made a big mistake. Don't do what I just did. Always make sure on Pyro that your shields are up before you start doing cargo stuff. You know, buy anytime you can. If you have to, GTFO. Make sure those shields are powered. I don't know why, but the Caterpillar has grown on me the last week or so. Yeah, I'm very biased to the Cat, man. She's my first love. And one of the many reasons I'm so excited for her big sister, the Caterpillar. Sorry, the Ironclad, jeez. Alright, so is this the one? So we got Neon, we got Rev Tree Pollen. Or one of my missions, including Rev Tree Pollen, so it might be the other bay. I might have just put the Tree Pollen in here because it didn't really matter. Nope, Neon, Slam, and Tree Pollen. So that's another mission. So it actually should be the next bay. No, is it bay 1 then? Yeah, it's bay 1. Okay. Why always run the Cat? Why not the C2? So in the PTU, the easy answer is I don't have a C2. Strange that I should. In the PTU, it doesn't seem like the Ryzen switch has triggered because my Taurus is still here, but not the C2 that you would get now. That's the simplest answer, is I simply just don't have it in the PTU. Otherwise, I probably would split my time between them, depending on the mission types. But the other side is that, honestly, between the two ships, I just like the Cat more. I'm more of a cat fan than I am a C2 fan. As good as the C2 is, it's not a bad ship. It's a fantastic ship. I use the C2 a lot when I'm doing salvage or mining stuff with a golem or salvation when I want to stay out longer. That's one of the big reasons I use the C2, which is going to get replaced by the Ironclad for sure. But when you do PTU stuff, when your account's copied over, it only counts ships you've pledged, not ships you've bought with in-store or in-game credits. And that is the simplest answer as to why I don't have a C2 in the PTU. Which, I guess I kind of just answered that to Hero as well. I do think also, for me personally, the cat is just more my aesthetic. I like Drake design. The C2, honestly, has a really awkward kind of shape to it. It's a great usable ship, but... I don't know if I should say this because it'll just make me sound mean. But you know how like certain Walmart individuals are kind of pear-shaped? That's the C2 to me. I'm so sorry if that was mean. I don't dislike it though. I've flown the hell out of the C2. This isn't showing or... Oh. Okay. What just happened? Yo, Double Dog, what's up? I think we just had a external pad just totally eat one of our missions. Because I touched the elevator and everything disappeared. Alright, so we might be on this patch. You might want to touch the elevator panel before you put your gear on it. That's shitty. I think we just lost that mission. I'm going to send it down and see what happens, because maybe it's down there. I doubt it. I think we just got screwed. Drake, blah. Hey, I mean, people have their loves, right? Everyone likes what they like. Those big bags. Yeah, man, you know it. Yeah, we just got robbed. We just got robbed. Damn. That's a whole mission gone. Well, maybe it'll magically come back up the elevator? I doubt it. I think we're just gonna have to eat it. Next area we go to, yeah, nothing. Shit, dude. Major bummer, man. Alright, yeah, everybody make sure you go out, touch the panel before you put your cargo there. That sucks. Damn. That's just, it is what it is. No, yeah, all of the objectives are still up here above us. And that's what is kind of nice. I think it happened with 4.4, but like when objectives clear, they actually drop off of your mission chart, which is really cool. That's just not cool. That one I will be abandoning, because that just ate everything. So not the tree pollen or the organics. It was... Oh, wait. Oh, no, here it is. Okay, yep. Damn, that was the best paying mission, too. God, suck. Alright. And our rep should be fine. Yeah, we're still up where we were before. I guess we'll go take care of the rest. At least there's still 2 missions worth that we can grab. Doesn't sound like my favorite Floridian is doing so well. Hey! No, we're doing great. We just got robbed by some STAR-CYWL shenanigans. Turns out there is still a chance if you don't interact with the elevator panel first. If you've got cargo on it and you hit it, it can disappear. Kind of like before, if somebody else touched the elevator and then your stuff would disappear. That seems to have carried over, which is really unexpected. So I will make sure my standard protocol from now on is to get out and hit that panel first before I put any cargo on it. And that should prevent that from happening. But that's okay. Still waiting for my VKB joysticks to arrive. Oh, man, that's exciting. Hell yeah. It took under 2 weeks for mine to get to me. So it shouldn't be too long. I know it's going to feel like forever. Moral, if you transport by Drake, your stuff will disappear. Ah, the shade. Oh, no. Maybe. Yeah, we definitely don't have any Drake insurance on that. That's just, it is what it is. So hopefully the rest of these don't bug out or anything. Let's go ahead and track the next mission. Let's see. We still have the 2. Dudley is the last drop for that one, which is fine. So these are all going to 4 and 6. Okay, so we'll track that. So we got 3 more drop-off locations, technically. One's on Pyro 4, one's at Dudley Daughters, and one is at Pyro 6. So there we go. Pyro 4, we need to hit an orbital node or something out here. There we go. There's one. Funny, somebody snuck around the corner when you turned your back and stole your cargo, putting the elevator down. Yeah, that would have been funny.
Quantum drive is now on.
That wouldn't
Quantum drive is
be
now
like outside of my normal luck by any means. Alright, let's see. All right, we'll hit this node next and then hop down to Pyro 4, which is another beautiful planet in this system. And then I think it's actually probably a good time. We'll do the second half of the stream, essentially. We'll hop in the mole and do some mining after we finish these Dead Saints missions and see if we got any new Interstellar Dead Saints. My prediction is still that it's rookie locked, but maybe not. I don't know if anybody else has seen missions above rookie in 4.4. Had the same happen to me in live patch a few hours ago. Oh, damn. Yep, that's not cool. Yeah, that was the first time I've actually seen it happen.
Quantum drive is now off.
There we go. Pyro 4, looking good. I wonder if it's all going to be around the same spot. So this should be Chala's Beach, I think, that we're heading to. Which is a gorgeous landing zone, if it's the one I'm thinking of, right off of the coast. I actually don't know which planet I like more. Something about Pyro or Bloom. Yeah, Pyro 3, as it's numbered, still looks a little bit better, but Pyro 4 is still pretty. A mix of blues and reds. We would be going down night side, so never mind. We're not going to have any pretty views. When you were looking, somebody hovered over with an Ox in and out. Yeah, that would be hilarious. Somebody with an Ox stealth build. I just didn't hear their engines or anything. They were just gone. Man, whatever is over there. Do you guys see that in the top left of my screen? There's like a bright little dot. Something down there is really putting out some light energy. It must be a ship. Oh, a Carrack. Wow, that's super bright. Well, I'm going to untarget them just in case. Okay, so this will be the bay that's got the Revenant, Pollen, the Neon Slams. That one's easy. That's with the white and green canisters. That should be, I think, bay 2. Bays 3 and 4 are the rest of the organics. Holy hell, we are flying in really fast. Ah, shit, hang on. We gotta get altitude. Alright. Wow, we went all the way down to 0.3 kilometers because we had no atmospheric slowdown. Woo! That got scary, dude. I don't know if you realize how close we were to biting it there, because when you're down to 0.3 or so, you could be right on top of a mountain. Yeah, we just barely dodged all of these arches. Saved. And of course, it was so dark out, you didn't get to see how cool the save was. Alright. Let's find ourselves a good drop point. Yeah, that was absolutely a near miss. I think we got down to 0.3 something kilometers. So like 340 or so meters, which we're still, yeah, we're below that now. We're too close for comfort, man. All right. Where is a, oh, there we go. There's a cargo zone right there. Oh, I know this one. Yeah, I know how I landed last time. It was actually right next to this, in between the tower.
Landing gear down.
Right about here. So if I can just mark that. We'll come right down next to this tower. That should be perfect. A little bit more forward. I think in a lot of ways too, back to the Cat C2 conversation, the Cat's a little bit easier to maneuver and pilot
Landing.
in these situations. I think we're kind of on something. Just because, yeah, we're a little closer to the pad than I wanted to be. But because of the way the cockpit and all is positioned, it's a little bit more flight friendly when you're trying to maneuver and park than the C2 is. I don't have to go into third person as much. All right, yep, before we get up, shields up.
Shield system online.
Parapets are powering. And I've got all the pips to shields that I can. I really make sure that I can do that, especially in dangerous areas like Pyro. And that might not even mean you'll get out of there alive. It just buys you that extra time. Great way to mow the lawn, yep. I alt-tabbed out of the game for 30 seconds yesterday, just enough to see myself explode into a station. No! Oh man, I think we've all been there. I feel for you. Alright, yeah, this is definitely the bay, because we got all the drugs here, and the Revenant tree pollen's usually in these containers here. Yep, let's not do what we did last time. I'm gonna set this stuff off to the side, just so we can get to it. But we are not going to be interacting with that elevator until, or we're not going to be putting stuff on that elevator until we have got that terminal touch or interacted with it. Sorry, my brain's doing too many things at once. I can't speak and move boxes at the same time, apparently, without sounding like an idiot. And it should be all of this. So we'll just go ahead and pre-offload everything. I didn't have any active ship movement. I think we're just around a bunch of derelicts out here, which is cool. Makes it a little bit less scary for us. But I still don't like to dilly-dally. I like to get moving. Sure nothing's actually touching the pad. Okay, so fingers crossed that since nothing is on the pad, nothing disappears when we hit this. Even though it's already up. There we go. Cool. And I still see things. Alright, we're going to do a test, though. We're not going to put everything on. I'm just going to put, like, one thing on and see what happens. Alright. Cool. I think we own the terminal. We should be good now. This was a pretty normal concern not too long ago when it came to hauling, especially if, like, you were with somebody and if they touched the terminal, it would make things disappear. Just something we kind of got used to working around, but probably a good idea to get back into those habits if you ever stopped doing that, just to not lose your stuff like we did. Go. A couple more. So this won't fully complete this mission. Oh, shoot. Not all of this is going here. I did it again. Son of a... Urgh. Let's make sure. Yeah, too many. Okay. One of the 8s needs to come off. And then I need more 2s. Okay. So one of the 8s off. And then it's just the 4 2s of neon. So the singles need to come off as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold up. I'm confusing myself. By the way, I didn't get in trouble the other day for yelling at for coming into the hangar too fast. Nice. Oh man, that had me cracking up when you had first mentioned it. Good stuff. Okay, there's still 2 more 2s. Oh, there's this one. Oh wait, here's another 8. Oh, there's the other 2. Okay, cool. So let's put that back in the ship. If those gridded, I should still be able to move them. Perfect. Just gonna throw them all the way in. I didn't realize it until I was saying this is 1 of 2 stops for this mission, but I have a bad habit of doing that apparently, where I end up putting too many things on the elevator. They don't all need to go. So, there we go. So, here... Definitely not everything that's on here. So it's only 4 neon and 2/8 of tree pollen. So Etam and Slam, they're going to Pyro 6. So they're all going to go back aboard Sierra. Paying attention to what you're delivering helps you avoid rework. Where you're just repeating a task because you're dumb. I do that quite often. Alright, so neon. Neon. Etam. Bye-bye. It's only the neon staying. Etam. Neon. Neon. Okay. Make sure this grid's properly so we don't lose it. Cool. Alright, that should be good to deliver now. 4 neon, 2 pollen. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get out of here. Oops, I double tapped it. I was reading. It's never the players you see that's a problem, it's the ones you don't see that are the most concerning. Yep. Oh no, did YouTube crash? What happened? Oh no, it should be fine. Pyro missions. Expect dangerous and quick dropping of cargo. In reality, it gets a spreadsheet of 2 to 4 SU per stop with the slowest available lifts imaginable. Yes, sir. That's right. Still here. I'm still good for YouTube. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, the chat just disconnected and reconnected. So chat should start coming back through again. Okay, I see Sable. I see Lucky. Awesome. Awesome. We're good. We're good. YouTube's just doing weird things. Cool. I'm just glad that I was able to see it. Love seeing all the follows on Twitch, guys. Thanks a bunch. Sionix, Chris Mays, Raptor, Blue Soul, and Oz following on YouTube there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's really cool to see the community growing. Who'd have thought there'd be so many people that are wanting to see more industry stuff and less combat stuff. Let's head to Dudley and then finally Terminus to finish this off. And then we'll make our way to Levski to pick up the mole and have a little fun before I gotta go. Okay, just go straight up. We should have nothing above us. Nice and clear. We're gonna try to avoid any close calls. Put him full boost out. We should have plenty of afterburner to engage once our nav speed hits. And there we go. I love about 2.5 mil of cargo early when so bored F7 pilot waited at Jack Swap for cargo ships. Oh, man. That's a pain in the ass. You lost about 2.5 million of cargo. Damn, damn, damn. Were you doing a commodities run of some sort? Because I know that's pretty popular, I think, for Partilium and such around Sakharin's plot. That is some risky business. When we get in channel points. Channel points, that's a good point. I don't know. I gotta look into that. I'm not, on the Twitch side, I'm totally new to everything. On YouTube, I know that there's YouTube memberships and all that, but I don't want to ask for support without being able to give something in return, you know what I mean? Are we... Yeah, we are definitely out of atmosphere. Dudley, here we come. Yeah, commodities. That is some risky business, man. I'm sorry you lost all that. That sucks. That's one of the reasons I personally prefer the hauling missions. But I know up until recently, commodities were really the only way to make some good money in the hauling scene. Wow, that is gorgeous. Look at the way that is, the light scattering over the clouds. That is one of those moments where I just gotta take a screenshot. Hey, I'm gonna kill those engines real quick and just float. Because that is so damn pretty. Man, alright. What happened? There we go. Alright, I was about to say, I broke my ship. Damn it. That's what I get for trying to take pictures. Should be navigating to Dudley, or, yeah, to Dudley. Boy, do I feel that, taking my fair share too. Yeah, sometimes this game will just kind of knock you on your ass with the effects. And this isn't even the Genesis tech. I don't. Man, when I watched the SitCon live and saw the imagery from Genesis, it was making me emotional. Especially some of the scenes that looked like an area where I would love to have like a little skiff and just sit there and go fishing, man. Like, oh my gosh. Brought a tear to my eye on several occasions. You give the content, people enjoy in return. Hell yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, see, there we go. YouTube just disconnected from chat again. I'm going to pop out YouTube's chat. That way I can just look at it and YouTube can suck it. I'm glad the stream is functioning well. I just need to pop out the chat so I don't lose sight of it. That would suck. There we go. Pop that out. Minimize that. Just bring this over here. This is why we can't have nice things, YouTube. All right. Now it says it's reconnected. There we go. Combat in games gotten so lame and toxic, people are getting tired of it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I've definitely seen my fair share of the toxicity in chat. That's why most of the time I have it turned off. Sometimes it's on, or what I'll do, which is fun, some of you guys might not know this, if you have like an org you're playing with or a team of people, if you hit enter, you can do a drop down and go to that specific channel. You can create any channel you want right in here under channels. You just hit plus, you can name it, and then it'll pop here, and then all you would have to do is go to your friends and invite them to channel, and then you'll see a random channel, and then you can basically ignore the game chat and just leave that up, and it's cross server. Anybody in your channel will be able to see it. It pops up here, you can select it, and now only this channel is live. So and you can change the color of it and everything. So it'll be, again, like shard wide or like game wide. So anyone in any shard that's on this channel, you guys can be chatting like you're in a party together, and then you can crew up, meet up, whatever. And it just allows you to connect with anyone that you play with regularly. So like for us in the live build, we always have an OLISAR group channel. That way anytime we're hopping in, I just add everyone I can to it, and then they can all chat through there, which is pretty awesome. Made over 2 million today running commodities in my cat. Hell yeah, I feel like I'm lucky right now. Only getting rocks with good mats. Don't need to be lasered. Oh, good stuff. Pretty much always turn chat off unless I'm in a party, in which case hit the party only. Yeah, party only is definitely still an option, but it's cool too that like party of course is only limited to, you know, the party you're in. I think that is also cross shards, right? Like if you party up with somebody and they're in a different server, you can still party chat with them. It's just kind of another way you can do it too, to where you don't have to form the party. All you have to do is invite somebody to that channel one time. That channel exists until an update. So like with 4 or 5, I'll have to recreate the channel, but it goes until, you know, an update wipes it out, which is really cool. I'm sorry. I see you're running that shit, man. The rants of dung. Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, somebody's got to move it, right? That is great. I'm sure it's got like medical properties or something. Fantastic. All right. I really hope that all of these stations get some form of external cargo sections as well. They don't have to be huge. Maybe they can be limited to like maybe only 2 or 3, or make it symmetrical, make it 4. But I do hope that all of the actual space stations get their own little cargo areas, rather than having to go inside. I mean, in Pyro, it's actually kind of nice to be able to go inside, because at least once you're in your hangar, you're safe. But it would still be really cool to have that option. Alright, let's go ahead and get those shields up. We're coming in. I have a whole CC2 and raft, and I use the raft in 99% of my commodities. Yep. Not been brave enough to run cargo and pyro yet. I've always assumed death on planet side is often... I mean, yeah. That's definitely something you should always... That's how you should treat it, I guess, is how I would say it. Again, it kind of comes with the trick of, like, I highly recommend anybody in chat who's okay with doing it, add each other as friends. See, I made the mistake of having everybody add me, and now I can't have anybody else add me. I gotta go through and clean up my stuff now, because apparently there is a like visual 250 friend limit, and once you pass that, it starts to make your stuff act all weird. I didn't know that, so even if you can't add me properly, feel free to add each other, because the more people you have, you can right click on them if they're in game and see how many people are in their shard, and actually join lower pop servers. It's not only good for the whole sea, it's also good for reducing the amount of potential threats you have in Pyro. If you're on a shard that only has maybe sometimes as low as 50, 60 people on it, the chances that you're going to have a bunch of murderers in Pyro is going to be drastically reduced as compared to a game shard that's got 600 plus people in it. You know what I mean? So definitely something to keep in mind. If anybody in chat like to put their user out for other people to add, it's awesome. It's great for everybody to be able to see more shards and get into those lower pop servers. Don't feel like you have to, but yeah, feel free to drop your usernames for each other, add people up, especially folks that are in my chat are probably pretty like-minded with wanting to do a lot of cargo fun stuff. That's the whole focus of our OLISAR org. Now let's double check. I think this is the rest of the organics we're dropping off here. Let's see. Yeah. It's the other... Yeah, it's the other 8 organics. Awesome. Yeah, I think some degree of paranoia is a good thing in this game. I think that's something to hold on to. It'll keep you alive. Open port side. I think we have the one container in here as well. So go ahead and open this door too. Let's move this. Hey man, good to see you. I've been enjoying these Dead Saints contracts. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying them a lot too. It's kind of cool to spice it up with a bit of a different hauling strategy. Oops, I rode this all the way down. That wasn't really my plan there. Alright, let's bring this back up. For those in the org Discord, feel free to add me. The Discord name I've got is the same in-game. Awesome, hell yeah. I'm always paranoid, yep. I think that's a lot of us. Yeah, now it's almost even trickier because you don't just automatically have player names because you have like the ship serial numbers, so it can be a little bit like, alright, is that an NPC or is that a player? And typically if they're in a combat ship, you can just expect that it's going to be no good. If I see a player in something like maybe a Vulture or a Cat or a C2, then I'm a little bit less on edge, but thinking at the same time, it's almost like the Dark Forest problem from the 3 body problem series, like where everybody has to imagine that the possible hunters around you are all hostile, so better to kill them before they kill you. That is sort of the mentality that pervades Pyro and what can get you into trouble even if you might not have attacked each other. Sometimes it's better safe than sorry to just go ahead and kill the person. So yeah, always have head on a swivel. Always be ready. There we go. Oh, you know what? I didn't. And that is actually a really good call. Let me get these off of here. I don't really expect it to be an issue in a hangar, but you never know. So good looking out, man. Good looking out. Appreciate it, ball plan. Let's go ahead and move these off of the elevator before we end up losing everything. Nope, not running the Cat as an ironclad loner. What do you mean? Are they too close? Is that what it is? Sometimes they're too close. Or they're still... Yeah, let's move these away. No, I've had the Cat for years. It was my first big hauler. Oh, that would probably explain why I have 2 Cats, though, in live. Huh. I didn't think about that. Because I do have an ironclad. And I was always wondering why I had a second Caterpillar. That would make sense. Okay, let's see. Well, I didn't have to send it down. I went one step too far. I just needed to touch it. So we were actually okay. Let's send it back up. How fast are you seeing your components wear down? Not fast at all. Really not at all. We'll double check when we get in there. We'll take a peek. I think time-based wear and tear is actually turned off right now because it wasn't behaving the way they really wanted it to. And even when it was in, after like 2-3 hours of gameplay, they went down to like maybe 98%. So it really hasn't been a concern, but we'll double check the wear and tear when we get back on the ship. Yacht for Ironclad regular assault. I'm working on CC to change the regular. So regular freight. Ironclad freight is what I wanted. Especially excited to see that it's over 2,000 SCU. Woohoo! I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I was pretty sure from the beginning that I wanted freight. We got one or two people in the org to have the assault. And that'll be really cool to see. Like, maybe when the assault comes out, if it ends up being worth it, I might change. But yeah, I've got the freight ready to go. You know, I'm stoked for the whole B. I'm planning that being my main hauler once it's out. I'm running the cat mostly now. I'm actually really excited, Ridge, for the whole B too. Like, the whole series is a lot of fun, and kind of funny enough that there's been a lot of direct competition between the two, because you have the whole A, which I love the whole A. It's a blast, and it edges the Ox with having an actual habitat in it, so you can sleep and eat and drink and all that. But the new Golem Ox is a fantastic ship with that ship's tractor beam, which is a one-up on the whole A. Especially that you can toggle it right from your pilot seat. And then the whole B will directly compete with the Caterpillar and the C2, which is awesome. And then you have the whole C and the Ironclad, where the Ironclad's definitely less cargo than the whole C, but still it's the only ship that I think comes anywhere near the whole C's capabilities. I love seeing that competition. Now I just wish Argo and Consolidated Outlands and some others would step up and do the same. Make sure we clear that path. Here we go. We are at Audi 5000. Raylan's my replacement for the raft. Got a nice little fleet of Ox, Clipper, Zeus, CL, Cat, Raylan, Ironclad. Hell yeah, Woody. I'm excited for the Raylan too. I've got that one in the back. Pretty much any of the cool cargo ships coming out, I've been fortunate enough to be able to sort of reserve. Okay, now that we finished the Dudley one, yeah, that should be. We only got this one left. Now we just got to go to Pyro 6 and knock this out. It's weird to tell me to return to Krill 4, but we don't need to. I don't know why it does that. We're not missing any cargo. At least we shouldn't be. That should have put us well into Junior. So we'll check out our missions once we get moving here. You can use a reclaimer as cargo. It's a little bit easier now getting those 16s out of that back door for sure. It was cool helping our buddy Obsidian offload his. He had so much RMC on board. It was great. Okay, let's see. Well, we have stellar missions around here. Oh yeah, that's just the regular Red Wing stuff, which is really annoying. Alright, Interstellar-wise, I'm not seeing any... Oh wait, it would be unverified. It's still rookie. But are we up in Junior, though? Damn it. I think I was right. I think all the Interstellar stuff is new together, so I don't think we're going to get any Junior member for Dead Saints, Ling family, or Red Wind until we see them actively working on it, which maybe will be 4-6. I hope we at least get some increased missions. They might be trying to just finish them off before they put them out. But right now, we do appear to be limited to rookie, which is a bummer. Let's see how much rep we get from this last mission. We'll see if it's a decent chunk or not, because it might still be worth at least getting to member. I'm probably going to get Red Wind, Ling, and Dead Saints to member by doing these rookie Interstellars, because they're great payout. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. They're fun, and they seem to be enough rep to actually still move the needle. But I think once you get to member, you're not even going to really see the rep go up, if I had to guess. Time to hydrate. Still waiting for my Nomad Max. How crazy would that be, right? A just needs a cargo ship. I don't know. Really, you think so? Because Aegis and Anvil, you know, they're military vessels. Or military companies, at least. I'd be a little surprised to see an Aegis or an Anvil cargo vessel. Not that it wouldn't be cool as hell, but I'd be really surprised if they do that. Hope we get another tow truck besides the SRV. That thing flies like a brick for no reason. Yeah, I would like to see a lot more competition in that. I'm confident we probably will, because if you think about it, we had the Vulture was the only salvage ship for a while, but now we have the Fortune and the Salvation, which is cool. So we got more options. So I think it'll be all right. Here we go. Throw that back on. It is nice having the physicalized helmet. Just a little detail, but it's a lot better than seeing that stupid box pop up. Liberator is close to a cargo vessel. Yeah, it's fair. That's the ship transport, isn't it? The Anvil Liberator, I think. Well, no. Hero, we gotta... It can be used for cargo, but the Anvil Asgard is a dropship for vehicles and mercenary or like combat personnel. It's not like marketed as a cargo ship. It just happens to be really good at hauling cargo. So I guess I'm more deliberate in the classification of the ship versus what you could just use a ship for. Because, I mean, you could use the Hammerhead for cargo. Not a whole lot, but you could still throw cargo on it. You know what I mean? The Asgard is a sick ship, though. Yeah, carrier with 400 cargo on grid, whatever you fit in the ground vehicle hangar. Hell yeah. That's probably a bit more... Yeah, the Liberator would probably be the thing that does... shoot down my statement about the military companies having a cargo type ship. That's a good point. Introducing the all new Aegis Boxer. That'd be sick. That's a good name for it. Just like a ridiculously overpowered military vessel that can carry cargo, but like the pilot gets no access to weapons. But there's like 4 or 5 size 5-man turrets on it. I disagree, but that's okay. We're saying the same thing. Well, yeah, well, I mean, I don't really think it's something you can disagree on. The Asgard is classified as a dropship, not a cargo vessel. That's just objective. But can you use it as a cargo vessel? Yeah, sure. That's all. That's only my point is. Like, so like the Caterpillar, the Starlancer Max, the C2, these are classified as cargo ships, whereas the M2 is classified as a dropship. And the A2 is a bomber. Like, I'm talking about the specific classifications. Reclaimer also needs a rework, a lot of wasted space. Yeah, I wonder, you guys think it'll actually be like a Reclaimer Mark II or just a pass on it? Wait, what is that going? Is that just the one back to L4? Yeah, wait. Yeah. That's the gateway. Or misclassified. Ah, hey, there you go. All right, that's fair. I can see that. Yeah, the Asgard is wildly good at hauling cargo, though. I mean, having such an open cargo bay is beautiful. I just hated that if you stacked like 2 8s or 16s, that sometimes that top box would get wedged into the roof and become a real pain. I think we're going to get a few Mark II ships as it's easier to do to redo. Yeah, that seems to be the method that the devs are going with as well. Like, they'll keep the Mark Is or the originals in game as a way to sort of pay homage to the original designs, like the Mark I Hornets or any first variant, but like the Gemini, the Caterpillars, a lot of ships are probably just going to end up going Mark II.
Quantum drive is now off.
Right, we got a little ways to get down here. We're kind of high up. Is that... I don't remember Terminus having any water. It shouldn't have any liquid water. It's way too far from the star. That should all be ice. Maybe that's just graphic artifacting. Yeah, Lucky, this is Terminus, Pyro 6. And around it in orbit is the Rings and Ruin Station. This is another popular home, because this is a fantastic area to go mining. Very cold planet. Lots of good resources. And I, too, would love to see a medium-sized salvage ship. Yeah, Stiggly Wiggly. I think you and Hero have a really good point with the military vessels also doing cargo. I think that'd be really cool. I'm not opposed to it by any means. I guess a better way to have said it is I'd be really surprised if the devs do it. It'd be really sick if they did. So this is a new place for me. I've never been here. Last landings? Kind of an ominous description. Is that actual water or ice? Like, we are way too far for this to be actual water. Like, this should be frozen. My science brain isn't letting me have fun with this. Oh, there's a shiv down here. Ooh. I might take his size 4s. I really want those size 4 guns. I might need to do that. Little terrapin down here as well. Yeah, fair point, Rec. Fair point. I guess it depends on how hard it'll be to do certain things. This is one of those moments where I'm going to come out a bit. I think I might actually just land properly here. How's that for a cool sight? You got the ring coming over the horizon there. Alright, we'll make our way out, tag that platform. And I am totally going to see if I can get away with those breaknecks. Those size 4 breaknecks. And the size 3 tormentors. I put all of that on my freaking cats and all kinds of stuff. Volos, what's up? How you doing? Shoot, I know I want to do some mining stuff, but man. We'll try. We'll see. Let's get this out of here. Come on, drop down. Wonder how far we are from the elevator. Stealing? No. I think it's part of salvage and recovery because he's not here. These are abandoned ships. It's part of the cleanup that CIG should just be letting us do. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody really would worry about their Drake image. We're not flying Origin ships. You know what I mean? All that aside, he left his ship out here. If I can, I'm totally getting those weapons. That's the salvager in me. Well, that box is just going. Oh boy. Some of these might just... Bye-bye. Alright, try to take a mental note of where that went. Here we go. Oh, the physics collisions are hilarious. Oh, it's still going. And it stopped. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, that one went for a ride. Okay, so we should definitely try to keep track of where all this went. I'm going to be looking around quite a bit for this stuff. Yeah, that temperature is dropping fast. Pluto's moving glaciers too, or at least something that renews surfaces. Yeah, I'm wondering. Definitely should be ice. Part of me wants to go science it a little bit, go check it out. Alright, let's just move these kind of a little closer. I think there's the Revenant. Tree pollen, should have just been the 2, which is cool. Got this. We got some artifacting off of the snow, which is what that flash on the screen is. I think one went flying past the little Drake mule. Sort of remember where everything was landing. Let's see. Ah, there we go. That really went flying. Anything else? I guess we'll see once we try to send stuff down. Maybe we'll take a mule into the little ice lakes and see what happens. Crime stat incoming. No, not here, Pyro. In a way, if you're brave and have good survival instincts, Pyro is like a salvager's paradise because there ain't no stealing. this. If there was actually players here, that'd be one thing. I wouldn't be trying to take somebody's stuff off of their ship, but these are very likely derelict ships. Otherwise, we definitely see some people running around. I don't feel bad. You leave it behind, it becomes finders keepers. I'm gonna Utini that sucker. Here we go. It's part of the OLISAR mission statement. It's in our name, the OLISAR Group. Orbital Logistics Innovations, Sourcing, and Recovery. Go. That down. At least we've only had problems really with one mission, you know, aside from the cryopod glitching into the floor, which isn't great, but, you know, it kind of comes with the territory. This should send down fine. Hopefully that's all accounted for. Green across the board. Oh, we got everything. Hell yeah. Was that a Jawa reference? You know it was. About to Jawa the hell out of this shiv. I don't know if they're going to make any changes, but I'll tell you guys right now, based on current stats and the initial change stats, the Shiv's weapons put out the most damage in their categories. Both the Breaknecks and the Tormentors. So Shiv pilots, or people that find Shiv weapons, I think it is always going to be of very high value to take them. Was that a quantum signature? Did you guys hear that? It's hard to tell. There were so many sounds and the music playing, but it almost sounded like a quantum signature coming in. Oh my god, his door is open. Make this easier for me. That's the sound of the Shiv. Okay. Yep, taking his fuses. Should not be anybody aboard. Taking all the fuses. No, no, no. Don't want to put the gun away. Yoink. All right. This is perfect. This is perfect. We can make this fast. Hell, if there's a player coming, I might just use this ship to fight him off. That's a quantum signature. Okay, shit. We got to move fast. Shields down. Ports unlocked. Oh, I just dropped noise by accident. That sounds like several quantum signatures incoming. That was my noise. Oh, we gotta go fast. We gotta go fast. We gotta go fast. Which door is open? I just want to put it right in my ship. Okay, close enough. Tormentors. Aiming at my ship's door. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Rip them off, rip them off. Oh, let's go, let's go. Alright guys, I will start chatting again once I get out of here. I'm in quick movement mode because you only hear that quantum sound when there's people like inbound to your location. Oh, come on, give me the frickin' gun. Alright, fine. Oh no! No! Oh god, I hope it recovers properly. Well, I guess we can look at chat now. Alright. I mostly stay in Pyro. My home base is checkmate. I don't run the players often. Yeah. If you do, it can be a little sketchy. Just had 4 missiles in my cargo bay randomly explode, and now I have no power. Oh, shit. Starting to do the CZs. I have a permadeath account. I love going in with no weapon, no armor. It's awesome. Gonna have to run around and see what my home is like when engineering. Yeah. I don't. Is Carrick new enough that it has physicalized components? Yo, Gilbert, Malice, and Volos, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, guys. I find pyro relaxing. Only time it's tense is when I do contested zones, but I have done them enough that it's not a big deal now. Yeah. I'm happy to have you guys. I appreciate it. All right, yeah, we're just waiting for the game to sort of catch up to itself. Typically, it's okay. Server errors just have to correct. So they are physicalized doinks, but you still can't move them. You still have to interact with the station to move the components, but you can repair them. So they are physically there. They're not allowed to be salvaged, which I get it. Like some ships, like the Whole Sea, you're not going to be able to get into the ship to change out components. So I can see why they probably wouldn't want to make it to where some ships you could and some ships you couldn't. So it's just kind of a universal thing that you need the station to swap those parts. But I do think that kind of sucks, because like if you find a Perseus out there in the verse that's empty, or like derelict, but it's got JS 500s and a TS2 on it, oh my gosh, the Jawa inside just wants to scrap that ship so bad, but you can't, and it's a big bummer. Now, why can I not use my tractor beam on a pad with an elevator? Oh. Where are you at? Where's that? Ooh, hang on. We're back. We're back. I need to get these breaknecks and tormentors to the cat. And get out of here. There's another quantum signature. Oh, I don't like this. But we're so close. We just have one more tormentor to grab. I can't leave the job undone. Or not finished. Alright. Time to get out of here. Let's see if we can throw it in the ship. I'm aiming. And now we're running. Running like hell. Ooh, teeny! You know it. You got... Nope. You're coming with me. Get in that ship. You're the ones I really want. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Oh, are you on the door? Is that why I can't interact with you? That's why, yep. Alright, alright. Let's go, baby. Up and at 'em. No time to test the glacier theory with possible ships inbound. Look at the load. Yes. This is the part of salvage that I like the most. It's recovering weapons. Okay, you need to stop that. No, sir. You get on the grid. You behave. Oh, beautiful. Time to get back to Levski. And these should persist for me, PTU patch to PTU patch, which is awesome. The second we saw that shiv, I was just like, yes! Alright. Time to get out of here. Full power. Let's go. Gear up.
Launch complete.
Shields off. Nav mode. Full boost. Time to go. Now the next person's gonna go down there and see that shiv and get all excited and then notice it's stripped. The only thing I didn't take, which requires you to hard death it currently with the way the shiv is the quantum drive, because you can access, I think, several of the components, but you have to hard death the ship because they're in the wall. They're not like properly physicalized, which is kind of a bummer. Now we're at a really high degree of incline, so we're not getting a whole lot of acceleration. Let's bring that down to maybe 40 degrees, and now we'll boost out. Gotta get that speed. No, unfortunately, Lucky, Lagrange points don't have cargo elevators. It's a big bummer. That's why the senior and master rank Kovalex missions don't really work with the Whole Sea at all. But the C2 and the Ironclad are going to, especially the Ironclad, are going to be awesome for those missions when it comes out. The C2, you can probably get away with stacking 2, like master rank Lagrange missions, because you take them to the main ports, which is cool. But yeah, I really hope that in future patches we get some love to that, because I really think you should be able to operate cargo elevators or cargo centers at any space station. I think that just makes sense. Alright, setting course for Nick's station. Nick's gateway. I would just put the weapons on outside of the cat, but I want to actually get there and put them on properly so that way it saves the configuration. Because if you were to swap weapons, but you don't go in and actually change it to the mobi-glass, the next time you claim your ship, it'll go back to the original weapon set. So that's not good. And oh yeah, Volos, I love the pirate skin. I occasionally use other ones like the Best in Show or the Hurston or whatever, but yeah, the blacked out pirate skin is definitely my favorite. I do agree though, I do think that it would be cool. I mean, there is some bit of accomplishment, I think, to doing the challenge to unlock it by doing multiplayer Pirate Swarm, but I don't think you should be forced to buy the Caterpillar itself to get it. I think you should be able to do that challenge and unlock this skin, and then a lot of people would probably jump on it. But as it stands, it is a pledge item to get the Caterpillar Pirate. So I definitely had to do that. And yeah, I do prefer I like the HUD being as simple as possible because all the stuff that I really need to see is right here in front of me. My speed right above the MFDs. I love that clean, simple look to it myself personally. I've only gone to advanced HUDs when something isn't working right. Like in previous patches, sometimes where you see like the coupled and VTOL buttons and all, and the speed and your boost gauge, they wouldn't show up, like the HUD was bugged. And that is when I would go to advanced. That way I would get that information back. But generally, I like to run clean. I like the aesthetic of it. I don't have a whole lot, in my immediate sight. In the Connies, I even turn off MFD casting, because when you have your helmet on, you have the ship and targeting there, but the Connies MFDs are also there, so it's just really noisy because you got both going on at the same time. Drives me crazy. I would have to put that ship on blocks. Yeah, exactly. I love it. I did a hammerhead salvage in the Carrick with Salvation cargo bay full of Rhino repeaters. Yep. Yeah, I love pairing up the C2 with the Salvation. That is a blast. And just another reason, I've probably said it a million times by now, that I cannot wait for the Ironclad, because I'm going to have a Golem Ox in there, a mining Golem, a Salvation, probably a fighter, and then the rest of the space will be mining bags and cargo and weapons and components, whatever I get. I'm stoked. My C2 feels like it's going to tip over. Yeah, the landing gear placement's always a bit tough on those. I think everybody, whether you're in a Connie or a C2, eventually you got to get christened with the chin slap when you land. I wish the Vulture would fit the C2. Yeah, I'm actually curious. I'm sure it probably will, but it'd probably take up a lot of space. The Vulture probably will fit in the Ironclad, but it's probably going to be a tight fit, and I think the Salvation will probably still be the better move there. I just hope that with the Salvation, we retain the ability to utilize different laser heads, because the Trawler Abrade combo in the Salvation is baller. If I have to run double cinches, it won't be as good, but I'll probably deal with it. Some ships I like basic, some ships I like advanced. Yeah, that's fair. I guess depending on the HUD layout, that would kind of change that. What's up, Golden Gun? How you doing? My goal is a Liberator with a Vulture and bring a fighter along for the ride just in case. Yeah, it's kind of how I'm thinking about the Ironclad. Mostly industrial stuff, but I want to have the Wolf or something with me just in case it hits a fan. I need to hop in my fighter and go take care of business, you know? Why do you like the Trawler Abrade combo instead of double Abrade? So, my buddy Obsidian and I, well, Obsidian figured this out, and then I kind of speculated and we tried some things. When you're salvaging, as it stands right now, there is like a threshold limit to what a head can pick up. So if you're using cinches, for example, and you go over an entire hull, grab everything you can, you'll get a certain amount. If you throw an Abrade head on, you'll get a little bit more. And then if you throw a Trawler on, you'll get a little bit more that the Abrade missed. So basically, the bigger head, while less efficient, can get more of the total salvageable material that's on that ship. So by running a Trawler Abrade combo, I've got the efficiency speed gains of the Abrade with the overall grab and total hit of the Trawler. So I'm kind of maximizing my time and my quantity pulled in, especially on a smaller ship like the Salvation. And all the testing that Obsidian did, because he really did the actual data testing on it, he found that the Abrade always picked up more material on the same ship than the Cinch did, and the trawler always picked up more material than the Abrade did. Not that it was faster, but just the total amount pulled in. The trawler seemed to be able to grab stuff that the Abrade couldn't. So that's why. I want to see a mining sister ship to Salvation, like the Prospector and Fortune. Yeah, that'd be cool. I was actually thinking that the Drake side would do something like that, like the Golem and then like a salvage version of the Golem, but they went with a hauling version, which I'm not upset about. Yeah, actually, you know, Doinks, to your point, I did, for kind of fun, for shits and giggles, I ran double trawlers on the Salvation, and that was also a lot of fun, because you get this itty-bitty little ship that I've lovingly named my Splenda packet, and just these trawler heads, so you get this, like, massive radius of salvage, and it's just fun, dude. It's really cool. Does the trawler pick up those areas of a herc that are salvageable but read zero? I would guess to some degree, Mars. I haven't done that test myself, but it might be worth you guys checking out yourselves. Go grab yourself some trawlers or Abrades and kind of experiment with it, because we were getting consistent results on our side. And running that combo was actually a lot of fun. So my port side was my trawler and my starboard side was my Abrade. And it was just kind of cool how the Abrade would come through and eat, but the trawler was kind of weakening material in a wider radius while the Abrade came in and kind of scooped things up. It felt so synergistic. It felt great. And Blue Soul, actually, recently, I've really enjoyed going out to the wreck sites in Nyx. What a lot of us started to do, especially because there were just so many derelict player ships out there, is we would take the missing persons missions from the investigation menu on the mission side and go to those wrecks. Go ahead and get the mission done, so you get that like 25 or 12 or 20k or so or whatever, but then start looking for all of the ship signatures around the area, because we were finding a ton of player ships, clippers, shivs, paladins, with military grade or high grade stealth components. We found a Wickallow's sneaky addition to the Scorpius or whatever it is, so it had all grade A stealth components on it. So that was cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. There's probably some great places in Pyro too, but the Glacium Ring of Nyx was just where it was at. That was a great time. That's what I plan to do when 4.5 goes live. Alright, let's get home. I always found that when testing on a big panel, the Cinch always got the most SCU of RMC. Yeah, panels might be another good way to measure that, but panels might be different than ships, depending on like the depth of where the material is, or certain parts that might be harder for the head to reach. I don't know. I don't think we've done any testing on panels. That, you bring up a good point. Cinch is, or I guess also, so Cinch will probably get more material per panel because it's more efficient, but it might not get all the material that's there. So let's say running a thought experiment, say you went over a panel and you got everything that Cinch can get, you still got more out of the material because you were using a Cinch over a trawler. But then if you were to, say, throw a trawler on, you might get a little bit more material that the Cinch wasn't able to grab, if that makes sense. So is it a life-changing difference between them? No, probably not. It's just a little bit more. It's a little different, but it does provide a fun use for mixing things up. I love the seafoam green of the quantum tunnel when you're heading toward Nyx. I like what they did there. So I know it's a little random, but it just caught my eye. I like to take the gauntlet contracts and salvage the ships after. Usually need 2 ships to do. Oh yeah, I still wonder if that's a bug in the end, though the intended difference was simply a mix of speeds versus efficiency. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, it might not be how it was intended or really all that impactful at the end of the day, but it was something that we noticed as a tangible difference. I use a Cinch that has a wider beam but slower on one side with a tractor beam on the other. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I would probably either, like personally, I like running double Abrades from just, you know, all the times that I have salvaged, but running like a Cinch Abrade combo or a Abrade Trawler combo is something I've always enjoyed as well. Alright, let's set course for Levski. Uh-oh. Damn, I might have to shard rip. We got the bug again, guys. Once we got to Nyx, we lost the ability to see. I can still navigate to Levski, though, just by manually looking for it like we just did.
Quantum drive is now on.
got that back. That's a pretty good run. Actually, yeah, we also wanted to check and see how much our rep went up with that last mission getting complete, so you get an idea. Yeah, tiny bit. Oh, man. It, like, maybe doubled from that one mission, so, like, jeez. You probably have to do... Let's see, that's 40 to 50 missions or so to rank up to member. Running the rookie missions into the junior side. It is too bad that we don't get any junior higher ranking for now. Easy credits for easy work. It's basically a box delivery mission. There's nothing of much import there. And then on this side, yeah, it's just the rookie Ling family stuff to repeat. You know, it'd be cool, a medium salvage ship from Aegis or Anvil with good enough guns to actually kill other ships. That'd be a hell of a daily, wouldn't it? Yeah, see, Lucky, I'm with you. I want to see more from Argo. Give me an Argo salvage vessel and a serious Argo cargo. Like a real, like an ironclad hull sea competing ship that does anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 SU of cargo. That'd be so cool. I would love that. I would love to see more. And I've really been a fan too of the RSI ships that have come out. I like the new design language. I really hope that maybe before we start getting more RSI ships, I know the Erastra is coming at some point, that massive mining ship, which is going to be sick. But I hope that we see the Mark II Connies. That's what I'm going to call them. I'm just going to go ahead and predict that they're going to become Mark IIs. I really want to see the cockpit redesigned on the Connie, all the components physicalized. A Mark II Connie Taurus that maybe has like 250 to 300 SU of cargo space or something. Oh, man. Hell, even if it had the same cargo, it'd still be incredible. I want to see basically the Zeus's cockpit design and the way the glass is structured in the Connies. Glorious. And I want all of the ship's tractor beams to get a good buff to rotation. Because the Cat, even the Taurus, and the Hull C, when you're dealing with like 24, even 16s are tough, but 24 and 32 SCU boxes, you can't rotate those suckers, man. It sucks. Like, that's just crazy. Like, these ships should have tractor beams that can throw those boxes around like nothing, since our rifles can. So that needs to happen. Yeah, I think Mefarius on the D and E PDCs for sure. The D and E should definitely have some PDCs. The whole C, nah, I don't think so. But the D and E, absolutely. My face sweats like hell in VR. Yeah, I need to start watching some of these videos I've seen about people experiencing it in VR, because apparently that's kind of the thing right now. It's like all the rage. And I wouldn't mind seeing what it looks like, because like VR can look pretty cool, especially if it's done to where it keeps some of the quality, because a lot of the VR stuff that I see in other games, it's like it's cool, but it kind of makes it a little campy. I haven't seen any of the VR stuff for Star Citizen, though. From what I've heard, it's pretty crazy. Carrick needs 2 PDCs. Carrick maybe could deal with 1 or 2 PDCs. Yeah, I could see that. As an exploration ship, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Curious what the Steam VR hardware will be like. Yeah, I'm wondering what kind of hardware, like what the cost of the relevant hardware would be to actually experience it like that. How funny would that look? If you're like, you see me here like you guys do, but I got like some freaking VR goggles on, it probably looks stupid as hell. I wouldn't be opposed to it though, because I don't mind. If it looks funny. I can't pretend like I wouldn't totally love this in VR. You might be right, actually, about the Carrick getting a pilot weapons change. I know quite a few ships did. Like the Reclaimer did, which really needed it. The Corsair did. Corsair is honestly busted and damaged. That thing is nuts. Let's see if we can get this hangar. There we go. Do I still need to call it twice, or will it just let me in?
Gear down.
Nope, it's actually opening. Awesome. So I don't have to call it twice. That's helpful. Make sure I don't hit anything. There's usually, yep, some ship parts like floating around out here. I know the stream didn't start at Levski, but my play session today definitely started at Levski. I grabbed some Ling family missions and then made my way to Stanton. Then I grabbed all the Dead Saint stuff and stream fired up as we were getting into that. And here we are, home sweet home. The best music in the verse. Alright, I'm gonna pop over this way a little bit. Sure we're well within the barrier, which we are. Awesome. Let's refuel, repair, get the weapons out, swap those. I'll put the breaknecks, I think, on top. I'll keep the deadbolts I have, because I'm running Panthers and deadbolts on the Caterpillar right now. So I'll probably put the breaknecks on top. I'm definitely going to put the Tormentors on the main guns. And then I'll keep the deadbolts on the ventral turret. Actually, yeah, we'll just do it right here. God, these things are sick, dude. Breakneck Gatling guns. Ah, this is the best part about the hauling right here is this little bit of salvage we did. Four Tormentors. Very much fits... God damn it. Very much fits the Drake aesthetic as well. Dude. Oh my gosh. That is infuriating. Seriously, F interact to interact with ladders, please. There really isn't, like, any negative to it. Just tapping F to hit ladders, like, pretty much any game in history prevents us from auto-grabbing it. That would be glorious. But hey, at least our doors can be repaired, too. I'm trying to think about positives, not just sound like a gripey, pouting kid. Fix my ladders, damn it! There we go. That should be all we needed. Thanks for explaining how to fix the cat's door glitch with the door buttons. That's annoyed me for some time. Hell yeah, Dittree. I sort of stumbled on it by accident because one of the doors wasn't responding. And then I sort of fixed it without knowing it, and then it suddenly was responding. I was like, hold up, is this like a fixable workaround? And then, yeah, sure enough. If it's ever broken, just open all, reset the door switches, and she works. So many years of flying the cat, not knowing that, and just dealing with it. I'm almost like, man, I wish I would have just known. Okay, thank you. I was like, please don't eat my weapons or disappear. I need those. Levski, please. Please. Oh, hey, cool. I just realized there's this little caution. Max load. I don't like this. Give me my weapons. And yeah, Malice, the cat doors definitely do lower to the ground. Let's see here. Does Salvation fit in the Asgard? Yes, Nomad. Yes, it does. With room to put boxes in there too. Can confirm. Salvation and Asgard are a good combo. Oh my god, did it send it down? Please, please, please tell me you sent it down. Freaking elevator's acting up and I just want my weapons. I just crashed into my hangar door. Oh no! Are your hangar floor? Floor or door? My ceiling's a wreck. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Okay, hang on. Let me look at my ship weapons. I just want to make sure they should stand out. Those are the Omni cannons. All right, I'm gonna have to because the freaking terminal keeps glitching on me. I'm just gonna send the ship down and try to equip it. That's the best way I can think about it. Let's go ahead and deliver the mole as well. I should have the prospector too, I think. Oh boy, we have another server error or something coming in? Or maybe there's an update. Oh, I hope not. I hope it didn't lose.
Welcome to
It's
the
my coke out when someone said the whole sea couldn't land in game chat. Well, nope, it's not meant to. That's funny.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Somebody create a bug ticket for the RSA site that the F button isn't popping up to get on the ladder, and we'll all go upvote it. That's a good idea. Submit that as an issue console. So I feel a little sick, may have to take the rest of the day off. Cough, cough. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, the Asgard Salvation combo is actually pretty awesome because if you find yourself in an area where you need combat, you got the Asgard. And then you can hop into Salvation. Just, you know, be ginger when you're pulling in and out. She fits great, and there's definitely room in there to stash boxes. Probably not going to be able to do much on grid, but, you know, who cares? You also have some room to store some guns or components you might find. The Asgard Salvation combo is one that we actually didn't expect to work, and it's actually pretty good. It's one of the benefits of the Salvation having such a massive cargo bay. Alright, I'm excited to put these on. I'm just hoping they registered right, because I didn't see them on the terminal, but that could also just be because ASOP terminals in 4.5 are still finicky. Let's do this. Yo, Jonas, do I have to move my items to home location before the update, or all teleported there when it happens? It should be teleported there. All of your items will be at your new home, but to keep components and to keep ships, it's always a good idea before the new update actually comes out to claim your ships to your home location. There is a massively increased chance of your ship carrying over if it was bought in-game, as well as the components on it. If you have any ships that are in a destroyed or unknown state when you transfer over, the one thing you can guarantee, even if you keep the ship, is all the components you had are going to get eaten. All the missiles, the guns, and the actual components that you changed out are going to get reset to the stock loadout, and it will not carry those components over. So please remember to at least not leave your ships in a destroyed or unknown state wherever they are. Claiming them home is best, but making sure that they're in one piece at some location in a hangar is, I say, the minimum best bet. And then also keep in mind any commodities you have, any ammo, food or drink, any mining materials that you had, that all normally gets wiped every patch. So sell everything you need to sell before 4.5 hits. That way you don't lose it. So Black Dawn, no, to be more specific, and maybe I'll just demonstrate this for you guys in a sec once we put the parts back on the cat. So give me a sec to swap that out. But no, like, so using the opening all and closing all function can actually sort of break the cat's doors. But now I can show you guys how to fix that. So let me see. Do we have them? Please, please. Tormentors. Yes! There they are. All right. I'm getting all these on here real fast. And then I'll actually bring up the cat and demonstrate the fix I was talking about so you guys can see that. Wait, where'd the other panther go? There it is. All right. So we got 4 Tormentors, and then I can actually change the Deadbolt 4s. I don't know which turret this is going to be, so it's fine, whichever one it is. Where are the breaknecks? Here they are. Yeah, buddy. That might be the ventral turret, but we'll see. We're going to bring it up now so I can demonstrate for live this week. I would bet this week is probably when we're going to see it. I wouldn't be opposed to another week of them balancing it out and making it better, but if I had to guess, it's going to be this week. It's probably going to be Thursday or Friday. Because it's at a state now, I think, where CIG is probably comfortable enough with it. Though it's going to be a bit rough. I mean, like pretty much all the patches are when they first come out. My current standard setup in my Carrick Salvation in the hangar, ROC in the Rover Bay, Atlas and Geo in the cargo hold to keep 2 pods for running cargo missions. Yeah, that's a hell of a setup. Are there stock pilot-controlled weapons for the Cat, size 3s? Yes. Yep, all 4. Typically stock, you've got 2 Panthers and 2 M5As. I usually always swap them out to either 4 size 3 attritions or 4 size 3 Panthers. This time around, though, since we had that Shiv, I threw on the Tormentors. And yeah, I do think the breaknecks are on the ventral turret, because the man turrets are size 4s. And when you have the man turrets as ballistics, you get like over 200 rounds. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so sick. You get over 200 rounds per gun on your pilot guns, which is awesome. God, those look so good on there. Woo, that's very Drake. It fits right in. All right, let me demonstrate the door issue. So when your cat's working properly, all of these switches should light up for you to open and close just fine. It should all be good. So what we'll do is I'm going to break this one and this one to demonstrate this. So since they're down, I'm not going to take them up properly. I'm going to use the close all function. And what that should do is break those door switches. And if I show you how to break them, I can show you how to unbreak them. So yeah, Caboose, both actually. The size 3s are my pilot guns because the Tormentors are size 3s. But the Breaknecks are size 4s. That's why I was so excited with the Shiv, because it almost fully loaded out the cat. All of my size 3 pilot gun now are Tormentors. But I still have one turret with 2 size 4 deadbolts because it only had 2 Breaknecks on the Shiv. So I gotta find one more Shiv to fully kit the cat out the way I want. But yeah, I'll go third person so you can see the size 3 Tormentors on it too. Because those are kind of hard to see. I gotta really zoom in for you. Oh, damn. Can I not zoom in? Will it not let me? Okay. So they're on the top there. The 2 above. You can kind of see them. Right there. Oh, shit. Well, that took me out of what I wanted. Right. God damn it. All right. So hitting F puts me back into the seat. So I can't do that. So the 2 of them are on either side, which I can probably better show once we're out. It's kind of hard to point out where they are because the camera's being all funky on me. I can't really zoom in. Yeah, no, I'm actually using F4 and the arrow keys, but I can't zoom in any further than I already am, which is frustrating. But actually, I might be able to just do this. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. I did page up and then the right arrow. Oh, gosh. Cat's not happy with me now. There we go. Now we can kind of see them. So there you go. There's the Tormentors on the top of the command pod, the 2 size 3s there. And then the other 2 are on either side of the bottom here. You can see it right there in the middle of the screen. That is one of the size 3s, and then the other one's on the other side of the lower part of the command pod. So yeah, the Tormentors are there, and then the Breaknecks are there. And on the front of my cat still, because I need to do another Shiv loot. My gosh, the camera's crazy. Still can't quite see it. Maybe page down and back. There we go. So yeah, on this turret, I still have the size 4 deadbolts, which are fantastic ballistic cannons. So it's really not a bad option to have those. But yeah. So to break this now, what I'm going to do is go all doors close. I'm not interacting with those 2 doors buttons. So now when I go to interact with those doors, they shouldn't work. Are they going to come up? There they are. They were just delayed. Okay. So let me go verify that these are broken, and then I'll show you how to fix them. Because you can't interact with them. Cat's not happy right now. It's like, you've been messing with me too much today, man. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Come on. Oof, rough. So port side should still work because I didn't break that one. So that switch is still fine because I only opened the starboard doors. So this door should not work. Yeah, look at that. No interaction. So since I used the ship to close all, this door and bay 3 should be busted. This one should work still. Yep, that one still opens. And then this one, come on, let me in. Sierra, let me in, please. Thank you. This one should be broken too. Yep. All right, so 1 and 3 are broken. We'll just verify bay 4 should be working. Open the door. And it's working. Awesome. So to fix this, the only way to fix this now is to open all and then reset those 2 doors. You don't have to reset the other doors because they're still in their proper open close states. So you don't have to worry about breaking it that way. You either want to use open all, close all the whole time, or you want to interact with your doors individually. And especially places like Pyro, I recommend individually so you're not leaving yourself super exposed. But if you do mix match and you have some doors open when you hit close all, it will cause your switch to be in the wrong state, which might be something to actually make an issue console for, honestly. Yeah, it's just, alright, to your point, this probably should be an issue console. I don't know if there is one. We might need to make one. Because this is something that can be fixed by just making it to where the switches actually acknowledge the state they're in. Because what you'll notice now, all the doors that aren't broken should say closed. Yeah, so babe, well now it does. Or sorry, no, the doors that are fine should actually say open. My bad, I had that backwards. It gets confusing. See, these doors, see how they say open still? They're okay. You can interact with these and close them yourself, but you're just doing work you don't really need to do. Because the whole point is now when the ship closes them, the switch is in the open toggle, so you can actually click it. The problem with bays 1 and 3 is that the door is in the closed state. So when you do ships closed, it's still the closed button, not the open button. So here's the easy fix. Just toggle it. It'll close the door. But now, when you go to interact with it, it'll work properly. The rest of the doors are fine. You don't need to reset them. You'll be able to go up and hit close all and everything will work just fine. If you're ever not sure, just go ahead and close it yourself like we just did. So, to demonstrate, I'll go ahead and actually I'll use the main door so I can show you guys what I was talking about through and through. I know this is a little maybe confusing if you're not quite following along. I think Caterpillar pilots will kind of get this probably more than, and those are like, what the hell's happening? So now I'm just going to go ahead and close everything, and then I'll run down and check bays 1 and 3 again to show you that they're working again. This is one of the coolest things I stumbled across as a workaround because I didn't realize that you could actually fix them. I thought it was a server thing. I thought you had to claim the ship. I thought the ship was just broken, but it's just a dumb, like kind of binary state where the door isn't registering that it's closed and switching the switch toggle to open or whatever it needs to be in. So we'll go ahead and hit close all. All the doors we didn't touch should be fine. They should all interact exactly as you would expect. Open and close. It's only the ones that we interrupted that broke. Button, not butt. Yeah. Alright. So, now this should be working again. Hey, look at that. We can open and close from here. Bay 3 as well should be just fine. And just to show you that all doors are working, except the auto doors. Come on. Oh, this is just Levski being Levski right now. The communication's rough. Alright, yeah, so Bay 2 is still working. All the doors that we didn't interact with should all still be working because we didn't mess with their states. So they're all good. So yeah, she's fixed. Caterpillar is 100% clean and working. Well, maybe not clean. It's not the right word for it. But there you go. Wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Okay, it was just delayed. Is that door now going to close? This is Levski input delays happening now. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Love when your own ship trolls you, right? Yeah, that's definitely a Drake thing. Well, no, I mean a lot of ships will troll you. My whole sea does it all the time. But yeah, she's got those workarounds. Oh gosh, we have somebody else in here, so apologies guys for the seizure-inducing screen. That is not fun to look at. So, just to make sure I'm staying on top of my time management, I will deliver the mole and maybe put some components on it, but since it's already after 1500, I won't be able to take it out on stream today. But maybe that'll be what we do on Wednesday. We'll mess around with the mining. I'm sure some people would love to see that. Holy shit, that is... Okay, we all know what that is. You've flown the whole sea as much as many of us have. That is the engine of a whole sea right there. Good God, what happened to that ship? Somebody had a very bad day in their whole sea. My gosh. Alright, let's get the mole. Let's see if I have anything actually left over, because I am going to need to get this out. Oh, and 4.5, the mole's fixed, my friends. We can interact with it again. Let me put I always run with the Dolovine livery. I like the nice gray. Do I have... Yeah, what the... Something just got deleted. That purple... Oh no, somebody's Corsair just... Levski is on a murder spree right now. I feel for people. Oh shit, it's probably a good time to get out of here. Let's go back to the ship real quick. We're just gonna kit out the mole real fast and we'll have some fun with it. I'll show what it's like to do engineering, solo mining play on Wednesday's live stream. Alright, Frostbite, Durango Power Plant. We should have Chimeras. Yes! Size 2 Chimeras are the way to go. Put that on. Save that. Do I have a parapet shield laying around? I don't. We can leave the Akura on for now. I might need to get an extra parapet for the mole. Or, well, actually, we're not going to be using the whole sea in the PTU for a little while because our rank isn't high enough, so we'll just take one of the parapets off of the whole sea. Put that on the mole. It's just good to be able to absorb maximum damage from very energetic rocks, which definitely happen. Solo mining with a mole, do you hate yourself? Oh no, I just experienced pro miner. I've been using the mole solo for many years. It is a piece of cake, man. I love it. I can show you guys what it's like. And because I'm psychotic, I'll probably put some attrition 2s on this. Nah, well, I'll just leave the badgers. Now, do I have? I don't. So I will need to do a little shopping. Probably have to go to Costco, grab myself some Helix lasers. Helix Hofstede Klein is my normal setup on the mall. Really good for pretty much tackling anything you need to hit. I'll probably grab some gadgets, a couple sabers, Optimaxes, maybe a Bormax or two, Surge modules, Stampede modules, Riger C3s, Focus 3s. Crew L1 is one of the best places to get mining components, but we'll see. That'll be Wednesday's problem. But we got the mole kitted out with everything we want, aside from its mining ability, or its actual utility heads. So we'll take care of that. And I was going to say, I don't know if I got cut off, but you can interact with your laser heads again in 4.5. So I know 4.4 the mole was broken. That's been fixed. So you can actually change things out again, thankfully, because that really sucked. And I don't know about Area 18. I haven't heard that it's been broken. Hopefully it is. But how about a crew bounce between seats? Yeah, essentially. So as the pilot in the mole, and I'll be able to show this off on Wednesday, I scan whatever rocks I want, because you do have scanning in the pilot seat. And then when I find a rock that I want, I just position my forward turret, which is my beefiest turret, usually my Helix 2, over it. And then I'll hop down into the turret, crack the rock, and if the Helix is too powerful to crack the smaller chunks, then I'll just hop out, jump down into the port Hofstede turret, crack it again. So I'm not like min-maxing or rushing when I'm mining. I'm enjoying myself. Cracking rocks, filling her up, taking her in, refining some orders. Like the getting out of the seat and moving around the ship isn't something that I consider a bother, a pain. I think it's pretty cool to be able to use multiple parts of the mole and work her myself. I think it's a blast, personally. It's not going to be for everybody. I get it. That's why some people prefer the Fortune over the Vulture. You know, they like that they never have to get out of their pilot seat to move things around. I'm one of those people that doesn't mind. I'll run around all over the ship, doing all kinds of stuff. It's part of the game that I really enjoy. But to each their own in that regard. It's all good. Yo, Talius, what's up? You popped in as I'm leaving, man. Sorry. I've trying to prove to the wife that I can keep my time management in check. Because I need to be cutting my streams out around 1500, 1530. We walk the dogs and tackle the yard. Yeah, 4.4 habs are broken. You can lose or leave your hab, or you can't leave your hab. Oh man, well I guess you can, but you fall into the planet. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I hope that's not a problem in 4.5. Maybe we can run over there and set spawn and do some testing on Wednesday too. Just you guys will have to remind me, because I'll definitely forget. And yeah, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned with the mole on Wednesday. I think that'll be what we do. We're gonna have some fun soloing the mole. The mole's even more fun with crew, but you can absolutely solo it. I think it's a blast. And yeah, Angel Org's always recruiting. We don't mind EU, US, where you're from. Check the description of the live streams or the YouTube videos for the org Discord and links to the org page. We're Industrial Focus, always happy to have people. So happy the mole's fixed. Me too. I was about to buy the Teach a Ship Shop edition, which I might do that anyway, just to easily get the Helix head. But with that, guys, yeah, check the description for information on my setup if you're curious about what I use, flight sticks and all that, the earphones I use, links to the org page, the org Discord. We're always happy to have people. If anything's weird with the link, just hit me up in the comments below and I'll send another one, but it should be working pretty good. Aside from that, guys, thank you, Doinks, Sable, Lucky, Melis, Talius, good to see you pop in, Ballplan, everybody. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the fun chatting and talking, and I will catch you guys on Wednesday.